Hello everybody. I want to show these for the VOD. We now have animated emotes from Skeleseller on Twitch. Hey Kevin. So I finally added them. I was looking through my to-do list last night and I just was tackling a bunch of small tasks. In fact, I don't even remember what I did other than that. Yeah. So like I improved a tooltip and I kept track of some graphics that we didn't necessarily need. And I refactored some code that probably doesn't matter. And yeah, so what this really represents is a bunch of things on my to-do list that are now done. So my to-do list got smaller and it didn't matter if they're the highest priority things. I just had some time last night and I wanted to spend time doing something. But now we're going to be doing the most important things. Hey, Matt. Yeah, modes. We have Adam Happy, Adam Rage, and then the Adam Walk ones. Which, like, these will probably never get used. Maybe these ones will. But, yeah. Hey, Spiro, how you doing? I saw you were streaming yesterday. How'd it go? So the goal for today is to make achievements. And then I think we got to work on some translation stuff. And then if there's time after all of this, we should probably work on the end cutscene. I don't actually know. Yeah. End cutscene could happen. So could getting the game out to playtesters. Yeah. All right, well, let's start with these. So max level 1 adventurer. We need to have some kind of event when an adventurer levels up. And I don't know if we have that. Action. Are any of these about leveling? Adventurer guild level. That doesn't really... That's not what I want. Nothing else? Seriously? Nothing? Hey, Chef Alton. Huh. So where does leveling up take place? It's here. And what calls this? Two different things. What is this function? Debug level up. I don't care about debug. And this one. I do care about this one. Okay, so we should just emit an event here. So I'll do that. I don't know. How do I want to do this? I want to think of how I want this event to look. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. We just say like adventurer leveled up, which hopefully is not the name of that. Yeah. And then should we even pass in like what's the adventurer and what's the level? I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about this. Level up adventure. Okay, so we put this here though. Invoke with the adventurer class and the level. No, in this particular case, I don't really care about either one because I just need to check how many adventurers do you have. No, I do care. Never mind. I think. Hey, Shaky. Look at all these garbage slimes. I think you can type emotes without spaces now. Yeah. I still have a bunch of slots for emotes. Oh, actually, something I wanted to message about. I'm live now if you want to see the repro. No rush. And it can happen at any time today. Okay. All right, so then our achievement system is going to listen for this. Achievement system. Where's the net? Here. Hey, Xyletics, how you doing? Do check out the today command. Oh, whoops. I just said the magic word, so it's probably going to run twice. No, maybe not. All right, on adventurer leveled up. Yeah. So this takes in the adventurer class and the level. And now what we need to do is figure out two different achievements. Test if this is the first level 20 adventurer you have. Well, how about this? If it's not in story mode, we don't care at all. If town.gameplay mode.is challenge mode, just return. In fact, I guess we could do this on the events themselves because you can only be in story mode or not in story mode. So I should just do this up here. Where is that? Here we go. Story mode only achievements. Alex. Can I go 35 minutes without the chat disconnecting? No. They decided you can watch 35 streams because that could get you money, but chat is optional. Now go find 10 streams to gift 1,000 subs each in. Test if this is the first level 20 adventure you have, and then to do check if all possible adventurers are level 20. All right. So if level equals 20, well, if level's not 20, then we could not have gotten an achievement. Then this should be game constants, not max level or something like that. Max adventure level, yeah. So if this adventurer didn't just level up to max, then no achievements are applicable. So now we need to see, do you only have one adventurer at max? Yeah, I think we just do num adventurers at max level. And we do town.getAdventurers.count adventurer.level is equal to max level, yeah. This is not how you get their level though. And apparently count doesn't exist. What? There. But yeah, this is not how you get their level. There's like adventurer component dot get level. Yeah. Get level adventure equals max level. And we can say greater than or equal to, not that that really matters. So that's how many you have. And now if the number is 1, then we add the achievement for, I don't remember what I called it. What do I call it? Achievement ID. Wait, no, it's an achievement data. Max level 1 adventurer. And else if num adventurers at max is equal to, man, how do we do this? We got to figure out the number of possible adventurers. Enum.get valid, or enum functions get valid values adventure class dot count. Then max level all adventurers. Okay, that should be it. All right, so let's read this again. If you didn't just level up to max, then there's nothing we can do because this means you leveled up to 5 or to 6, and you don't get an achievement when you level up to 5 or 6 or 19 even. So now we figure out how many adventurers are at the max level. If it's 1, and since we know that 1 just hit max level, then that means that there's only 1 at max level. So we give you that achievement. And if it's all of them, then we give you the all achievement. Okay, hey Goose. So do we have some better way of figuring out how many adventurers there are? I don't think so. Is it idempotent? If so, just add the 1 always when greater than or equal to 1. Yeah, good point. And I guess we could put this inside of here now. Wait, no, this. Yeah, we would always do this part. Never mind. That condition is pointless. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think this is good. All right, so can we test this? I don't know how we level up when I right click. Does it do the debug level up? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think we can test this. Hey, why not? Achieving stuff, achievements, potato, potato. Yeah, I didn't want to have the same stream title name for 3 days in a row or something. So yeah, I'm just slightly changing it. All right, so we're gonna click new game here and we're gonna test this. We're gonna unlock all adventurers. We're gonna just level this up to level 20. And as soon as it hits 20, it should give me an achievement. It did not. I wonder why not. Did it try granting it? User stats class not found? Steam may not be initialized. Oh, Steam's not running? I don't see Steam here. But why is Steam not running? Is there some way to see? Did I close it? I don't think I closed Steam. I apparently did. Why would I have done that? Hey, Dad walking. Did not locate a running instance of Steam. I mean, this is normal. I just don't understand how that like I was using my computer yesterday. I don't think I stopped Steam. I must have. So fine. All right, engage privacy mode. Let's go start Steam up again. Did I crash it? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I did. Maybe I did close it yesterday and I have no recollection of this. All right, so now Steam is up and running again. But it's not just going to keep trying this. But it would have saved it in my save file. So if I go do this, save and quit, and then go look at my save file, cd that title save.json achievement ID is 10. Is 10 equal to this? Yes. Okay, so the next time I load the game, it's going to give me that achievement. And then when I get all of my adventurers to level 20, it's going to give me the next achievement. Yeah. Nice. All right, unfortunately, this next one is a little bit annoying to do because there's no faster way than to click like this. Because if I click grant most things, it's going to set me to level 20, and that will not trigger the achievement. So I got to right click a bunch of times. I could have gone and changed code. I'm not going to do that. Yay. Also, this lets us test to make sure that it's only when you get every single adventure to level 20. It's trying to grant the achievement constantly, right? Yeah. It doesn't print anything when it does that. Or not constantly, I guess. Only when you hit level 20 on these characters. Hey, Franken. We can see a small screen. Yeah. That's kind of part of the joke. That is intended. Okay, so once I hit level 20 here, so I'm stopping now. When I right-click the next time, I should get an achievement. Nice. Nice. Okay, that's it. That's that achievement. So this one's done and this one's done. And we didn't need to modify the save file or anything for that. So that's pretty good. Story mode achievements, adventure leveled up. Yeah, cool. Looks good. I just want to check in these things, I guess. Add 2 more achievements. I also made it so that the boss achievements. Oh, that's technically not necessary. And I think I thought about this originally. But where is that? It should be in here. Yeah, this is technically unnecessary. So if you're not in challenge mode, then you have to beat every boss in order to get to challenge mode. But still, this is the best way to write this because it's extra work in challenge mode. And also, the more important thing is we might eventually allow you to unlock challenge mode without beating story mode. And I don't want to have to remember that this code is here. They expose an API and like a local dev instance or something you can test against. There's no local dev instance. In this case, we have the playtest version of the game. And I'm adding achievements to that version and then passing in that app ID at startup. If you didn't have a playtest version, I'm not totally sure how you'd test achievements. I don't know how you do that. In fact, I don't know how we're going to do that in the future. I guess we'll use the playtest version, but like in the future, the like primary Steam game will be released. So like just, you know, Skeleseller, not Skeleseller playtest or Skeleseller demo. And at that point, we can't add achievements to the main game or else people could trigger those without having the code in there for it yet. So I guess we add it to a playtest version. But yeah, I don't know what you do if you don't have a playtest version. Maybe you add them to the demo or something. It just wasn't a scenario for me to look into. So yeah, maybe they have an answer for that. Or maybe you use a fake game. They have that Space War game. But I don't know how you'd add achievements in the back end. Yeah. Can only happen during story mode. Technically, they have to happen during... I'm not going to write that down. Seems like it'd be beneficial to have a dev container Steam provides you. Yeah, there might be something like that. Like I said, I just didn't need to do it. Because we have 3 versions, technically. We have the demo, the playtest, and the full version. And no one has access to the full version right now. The playtest, only like 70 people have access. And the demo, I just am not putting achievements in. So it's fine to use either one of these for now. But yeah, once the game's launched, I'm not sure what I'd do. The other thing that's kind of neat, I posted about this on Discord. Let me see if I can find this. Where did I post about it? Yeah, this site. Oh, this is wrong now. Yeah, so this site, I don't even know what this site is. I just was Googling Skeleseller the other day, and I found this site, and it said 2 total achievements, and look at that. Baby's first achievement, baby's second achievement. These are the test ones that I added the other day. Like, there are just aggregator sites out there that will find all the achievements you manifested for a game. So even though the public doesn't have access to this, Steam still probably has an API or something that people can just go enumerate all the achievements. And yeah, it hasn't updated for the new ones, I guess. It makes me wonder how long will it take before they update it. Like, will you search Skeleseller in the future and it'll find baby's first achievement and people will be like, what is this? I don't know. All right, next up, hire all adventurers. So we're just going to keep following the same thing. There's hired adventurer. And we go into achievement system. And we do town.this on hired adventurer. I don't know what this takes in. It might say that this doesn't match. It doesn't match. What does it need to take in? It takes in an adventurer. Okay, that's fine. Adventurer. We just ignore that anyway. All we need to do is check how many adventurers you have. Life Fear, thanks for the resub. Happy 22 months. 22. We're coming up on 2 years. So crazy. Num adventurers. Do I have a thing for that? Get number of adventurers? No, I don't. All right, so just get adventurers.count. It's easy enough to do. And then if number of adventurers is equal to the total number of adventurers, then add, what do we call this? Hire all adventurers. Yeah. Do you employ any specific type of design pattern? Not well versed on game dev, but I know ECS is a popular one. Yeah, we are using an ECS in this. And you'll see this a lot. Like, we have a bunch of components. Here are some of the components we have. It's mostly for battling. There's some stuff that's done in the town level. Things like finding a destination, or I think potentially buying stuff for customers. Hey, Ribbon Main. So yeah, and then there's like smaller design patterns being used here and there. You know, I've always kind of thought about this, like, there are a lot of different ways you can write a piece of code. And as just a tiny example here, imagine you have something like for I from 1 to 3, do something. You could also just write this code like this. So both of these are pretty much the same thing. Obviously, this is a little bit better. You're not repeating yourself. If you ever need to change the numbers, you just automatically get the different amounts here. You could make magic numbers out of these, or sorry, constants out of those. This is not a design pattern also necessarily. This is just using a for loop. But anyway, both of these will work. I kind of look at this with design patterns too. You can write code that works, that's maybe not the best, that's maybe not the most maintainable. And at some point down the line, when you find out that there's a problem with it, I think then potentially it's worth fixing it. With design patterns in particular, I think the other thing you get if you were to use them from the get-go is just familiarity and consistency. It's like, oh, I recognize this pattern, so I understand what I'm about to look at in the code, as opposed to like, why didn't they do this a seemingly smarter way? So I probably have some blind spots here in the code base, but yeah, as long as it's not a maintenance nightmare, then I think we're fine. Okay, so this should just be done. We can go test it. I was very annoyed yesterday. I mentioned this on stream, but there's no bulk upload of achievements on Steam or apparently on Epic. And since you don't have this, I had 23 achievements. We need an ID, a name, and a description for all of them. I have 2 flavors of Skeleseller, the playtest and the demo. And then there are 2 pictures for each achievement. This is a combined total of 230 pieces of information. So what I was doing yesterday is I had this README open, and I was like, double click this. Now go into my tab in Chrome and paste it here. Now go into my other tab and paste it here. And then go back to this thing. And now copy the name of it. And then go into the tab and paste it here. And then go into the tab and paste it here. I just did that for so long. It just took forever. And I don't understand why would Steam at this point in their maturity, like, why would they not have a bulk upload API? It was painful. And And I'm only adding these 23 to start with. I mean, imagine if I had like 100 achievements and I've got to go type every single one of those in. Just annoying. Hey, Rami. Okay, so Rami, check this out. Because I'm probably doing something wrong and I don't understand what I'm doing wrong exactly. Hey, PWS. I did that manually in a few hours and you could have automated it all in a month. Exactly. Then I would have broken a month later. All right, so Rami, let's say we've got this, for example. No, I already had that open. Let's open up a new thing. Let's open up this. Okay, so now let's say I want to take this goblin sprite, right? So I click the selection thing, right? So far we're on the same page. I select it, and now copy is not... Wait, copy is selected here. What? Hold on a second. That was not there. Whoops. That was not there yesterday. Can I just paste this? Wait, I can paste it, but... No, yeah, this all worked fine. Huh. Strange. Strange. Hold on a second. Yeah, this was not possible yesterday. I had a graphic like this. I clicked the selection thing. Oh, maybe because it was on the outside of the graphic? And yeah, now copy selected. Weird. All right, I don't know what changed. I didn't do anything differently yesterday. Yeah, thanks, Rami. Man, I looked into this. I even I used ChatGPT and I'm like, what am I missing? Like, how do you do this thing? And it even kind of confirmed that what I was trying to do wasn't possible. I must have been in some other scenario. Did I have the layer selected? Maybe I didn't. Whoops. Oh, no, I didn't, which is why copy merge showed up. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's not a thing you have to do in GIMP. Okay. I'm going to give you a point, and I'm going to write this down in my affinity notes. All right, so extract a sprite to, including transparent pixels, to a new layer or file. So just select the sprite, make sure the layer with the sprite is selected. What's the tool called for selecting? Rectangular marquee tool. Make sure the layer with the sprite is selected. If it isn't, copy won't be enabled. Just copy, what is it called? Copy merged. And then copy the sprite. Marquez tool. Hey, Kenneth. Yeah, I was in an empty layer. I didn't realize. Yeah. Figured I'd drop by and say hi. Which joke was it, PWS? I was looking for an RPA for this and couldn't find anything. What's RPA? Oh, robotic process automation. Doesn't matter what editing tool it is. The context menus will always confuse for when stuff is enabled. Confuse me. Yeah. Hey, Codex. The more the good one. Okay. Yeah. Well, nice to see you. I hope everything's going well. Man, it's nice to know that this is not as hard as I thought. I really didn't know about this, and I don't know how this wasn't selected. And why doesn't it select it by default? I wonder if I can set it to do that. Hey, Chase. All right, well, anyway, we should have this new thing working, so let's go try it. We just make a new game, and then we hire every adventurer. So how do I do that without cheating? I mean, I guess we have to cheat in some way here. So I just have to do that maybe. And now the guildmaster should offer them all. Yeah, okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to click all of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we got 3 left. So now when I hire this last one, an achievement should pop up. Nice. Nice. Instead of the user was the tool. I mean, yeah, in this case, that's true. Okay, but for real, like, I don't know how they would have steered me toward finding that on my own. And I'm kind of surprised ChatGPT wasn't like, did you just select the layer or not? I should go look at that prompt again. But it's nice to know that it's at least possible. Instead, what I ended up finding is the slice tool. So you can take a selection like this, and then you can just click this button and it'll try to save it. And that's kind of cool. And then you could just move this somewhere else and then save that, and then move this somewhere else and then save that. So it was nice to find this tool as well. But yeah, this isn't really the workflow I wanted for something else that I was trying to do. Oh, in fact, you know what I should do? I should go respond to this and say, hey, quick update. Rami helped me realize that I just didn't have the layer selected. No need to look into this. Couldn't you change the preset to move to a new layer or something? The slice tool can't do that. The slice tool is apparently only for exporting. Like I looked at every single one of these buttons. I looked at it online. It's just for exporting to a file. But that's the slice tool. There's the tool that you mentioned that will work for this, and that's what it's intended to be used for, I guess. All right, so this achievement's now done. Let's go check that in. This is also pretty straightforward. Add achievement for hiring all adventurers. I hope they all go similarly quickly. I don't want to spend forever on this. This one's probably a lot harder to do. In fact, I'm not even certain how we'll do this one. So this one requires some design. We need to know every possible perk you could get in story mode, and then check them all against their max level. We don't manifest this anywhere, do we? Well, we kind of could. We could query the skill trees for this information, but we would need to ensure that your town hall is maxed before doing that. Yeah, so I think that's what we would do. I think that's the strategy. So it's going to work out like this. Anytime you level up a perk, query every perk tree. Well, first check if town hall is maxed. If not, bail out. Query every perk tree and see if any perk is below. And then, yeah, if we get here, grant the achievement. So this is how we do this. That seems reasonable enough. No, but we got to check every perk tree whether or not you have it. I wonder if we can even do that. Well, anyway, here's what we would do as our strategy for this. So do we even have something for, like, did you get a perk? No. Oh, this won't be fun. Town perks. Isn't there like a town perk menu? Perk constants. Town perk data. Where do we use this? Town perks. So it's in perks panel tab. They all get initialized immediately. But I don't think we add, we must have something here that checks to see when the, yeah, here it is, unupgraded town hall. Tab perk data by town hall level. Oh, we could just look through perk constants, couldn't we? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, that'll make this a lot easier. We don't store all of them though. So we need to look through them all. Yeah. All right. Although actually the first thing we need to do is add an event for when you level up any perk. All right. So where's an example of where you level up a single perk? Like player auto battle. Oh, we have a kind of a way of doing this. There's like an abilities component event. Where's that event? Change level. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh man, okay. This is pretty interesting. This one might be enough work that we want to cut it out if you have already gotten it. Town.player abilities dot change level plus equal on abilities. I wrote something like this before. So let's just go search for what I called this in the past. On player ability change level, that. Yeah. And then let's just copy paste the signature of that. Okay, now to write this out. So first we check to see if your town hall is max level. So if town.townhall level, there's get current and get max. There's no check to see if it is at the max level. Is max level? I mean, I know I can just compare the two, but I didn't make a function for that, really. Max level. Huh, I guess I never did. Okay, but anyway, if get current, well, if the town hall doesn't even exist, just return, I guess. Town.townhall is null, return. Otherwise, if get current level is less than town.townhall.get max level, then return. And then we do some stuff down here. This is the code that I wrote out over here, right? Yeah, so query every perk tree. All right. So if you don't even have the town hall, you can't possibly have all of the perks. The town hall needs to be maxed for you to get all of the perks. I'll just cut that out, yeah. For you to even see all of the perks, let alone unlock them. Maybe you can't. I'll click the invisible town hall. All right, so now query every perk tree. I think the best way to do this is that we keep track of all of the story mode perks. So this would be a read-only list of read-only lists. No, I don't think we can do that, actually. Hey, Mohit Kumar. I thought it'd be easy to look through perk constants for these, but maybe not. All right, let's just copy paste these. These are all the story mode ones. Let me think about this. Town, recycler, fishing, farming, enchanter, treasure. Yeah, that should be it. I'm just still trying to think of what's the best possible way to figure out that you've gotten all the perks and make this future proof. I either need to know what are all the buildings that you can get in story mode, which I don't think we track anywhere, or what are all the perks you can get in story mode, which I don't think we track anywhere. No, we do have this. Oh. Except for this has all perks in it. So this is not necessarily just story mode. Wrote the above message in Colmac. Nice. How you liking it so far? Also, for anyone who hasn't seen on Twitch, we've got new emotes. Look at these. So now if you're a sub here, you can use them anywhere on Twitch. Yeah, we have this. If we're in challenge mode, then set all these things to hidden. Problem is, you might have any of these hidden because you haven't unlocked a building. I love the garbage slime. Yeah. I like it a lot. It's a very happy looking slime. All right, well, let's just, I don't know, just do this the way I can actually do this. So we'll make a function here. Public bool has maxed all story mode perks. Does this have access to the town? It does. Yeah. I mean, if we're going to do this, do we have a way of indicating when you've purchased something? Add skill button. Add skill button. Tried to add point. Something needs to listen for this. Player ability tree does. On try to add skill point. And then modify ability level. And then that triggers the abilities component changing. I am incredibly rich. Wow, 75,000 points down the drain. It's easy, and many words are in a rolling hand motion, so it's fun using it. Yeah, yeah. It is kind of neat. Like, for those who don't know, the home row on Colmac looks like this. And you can see there are a lot of common bigrams for English. So, like, AR is pretty common. ST is pretty common. EI or IE. IO is not too uncommon, I guess. Or even EN. Yeah. So, like, when you're typing friend, the IEN, you can just type like this. Yeah, TION. Yeah. Although that is, the IO is connected, but the N isn't. Hi, Taras. All right, so I think this is reasonable. We need to go through all of these. We should probably put this thing over there. Like if you haven't gotten the town hall, whatever else. So town.townhall is null, check that. And then these are all the perks trees. These better inherit from something. Perks tree costing gold, they do. All perks trees, or all perk trees equals this. And then we iterate over all of them. And we would check to see if it's at max level. Ramey's just an AI gone rogue. He has one task to respond to hi, I'm whatever with hi, whatever, I'm Ramey. Ramey's dad power is rising. All right, so what can we do here to get all the skill buttons? I don't know if there's a public way to do this. It doesn't look like it. Skill table, is this public? It's protected. Yeah, we could make a function like, did you max all of these? Yeah, we could do that. Whatever. I think we need more syllables to say and a perk tree. And a skeleton in a perk tree. Yeah, I think I want to do this. The skill table have some way of getting all the buttons. It must. Yes, there it is. And this probably has a way of figuring out. All right, so how about this? Let's do public bool has max all skills. And I'll just say, reminder, this only tells you if you've maxed all skills currently. I should probably just make that italicized. In this table. For example, if the town hall is not fully leveled up in story mode, then you may not have access to all of the perks yet. All right, so now we just do that. Nice. And that means that this needs to also be changed. This is the thing with a skill table, right? It is. Yeah, so then this is the thing that should get public bool, what I call it? Has maxed all skills. It should know how to type the rest of this. It doesn't. Oh, fine. I'll write the whole thing out. Yeah, there. And then we just use that, right? If perk tree has maxed all skills, return false. Otherwise, return true. And there's our function. So now we just need to get access to the perks panel tab. If town.ui.perks perks panel dot has maxed all story mode perks. All right, I think that's it. Okay, let's go try it out. Hey, Cypher. It's going pretty well. This is the base algorithm that works really well. Is how, you know, some people, it's like, oh, are they still, are they alive? And they put a mirror or whatever up to their nose and see if it fogs up. With Raimi, they're just like, hi, I'm Rich. Raimi pops awake. Hi, Rich, I'm Raimi. Oh, I guess he's alive. Okay, so how do we test this? We got to get every single perk in the game. All right, so let's try this. Let's just get the town hall and let's get every perk here. It should not grant us an achievement. Good. Now I'm going to get all the other perks, but not level up the town hall yet. I know this is a lot of clicking. There's no real faster way to do this right now. I just have to click all the buttons. All right, so far no achievement. This is as expected. And then we get these. Okay, so far still no achievement. That's good. So we have every perk tab. We should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. We've maxed them all out, but we have not gotten the town hall leveled up yet. So what I need to do now is I need to... the easiest way to do this is this way and then save and load. Yeah, so now I would upgrade this. And now we need to go max out all the new perks. And it still doesn't give us the achievement until I get the remaining, what, these perks? That's it? Oh, the dots don't work now. Okay, that's an interesting little bug. I didn't even know that. Bug when you level up the town hall, it doesn't add the dot to the tabs indicating that you can afford a perk. This will happen when your money changes next. Hey Flair, hey Hardworker. Do I need to wishlist the game or just play the demo on Steam? You don't need to do either one. Yeah, it's all just what do you want to do. If you want to play the demo, you can play. If you want to wishlist the game, you can wishlist it. But don't feel like you have to do either one for me. Hey, I'm Diazilla. All right. Nonetheless, we can still click all these things. So let's click all the things. Oh, I don't have the money for that? Oh, these are expensive. All right. And now here's the final perk. When I click this, we should get the achievement. Nice. Cool. All right. Nice, nice, nice. I like it. That wasn't too bad. This is like all perk trees in story mode. Why can't I press enter here? What's going on? Sometimes. You can't do that in the diff view, apparently. Where'd that go? All perk trees. Yeah, here. In story mode. No. All story mode perk trees. Yeah, that's better. Just want to look at this again. Think I might finally be ready to invest some time into that type of typing methodology. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, a bunch of people have shifted in here. Played 200 hours of the demo. Try to learn as little as possible so I could send or give you a blind play test. Are you doing those yet? I don't recall if I have your name written down, but I will write your name down now. I'll give you a quick overview of where we are in the roadmap here. Let me just write this down first. Okay, so general roadmap has been like get the game to a good enough point and then do some marketing and playtesting and then iterate. Well, now that we're getting closer to launch, where we currently are is like finishing the sort of the boring / expected things. So for example, achievements. Most Steam gamers just expect there to be achievements, but you don't get these for free. So like we have to do them. Gamers aren't going to be like, oh my God, awesome, there are achievements. They're just going to be like, yeah, of course there are achievements. So that's kind of boring and expected. Same thing with like the ending cutscene. Again, gamers would just expect like, oh yeah, it's not just going to go to the credits immediately. You're going to have some cutscene to wrap things up. So we got to do all this stuff. Unfortunately, what this means is that anyone who plays it now, they might have suggestions for like, oh, here's what I'd like to see in the game. And I'm like, we don't have time to do that. What you see is pretty much the final game. So since we're here and just kind of wrapping some of this stuff up, I am going to start doing marketing and playtesting again. There are some unfortunate bugs that have popped up, like controller support. It's just not working on Linux. There are some issues. So yeah, in short, I will be reaching out to playtesters over the next probably couple months. And yeah, it would be helpful to see you play. I'm supposed to make cutscenes. What I mean is that if you add the kinds of things I'm adding now, a lot of people would just be like, yeah, of course you're going to launch with that. I guess you don't have to have cutscenes, but they're not the kind of thing that people are like, oh, awesome, there are 3 more cutscenes in this game. In fact, some games take it to the extreme in the other direction. I still don't remember the name of that Mana game I was playing, Legends of Mana or something, but I played for maybe 20 minutes. And in that 20 minutes, I felt like there was 14 minutes of cutscenes and I was bored to tears. Like, that's the wrong way to do this, in my opinion. Now, with that said, I skipped all the cutscenes. So it was more like 2 minutes of skipping cutscenes, which is still too long, considering that I was skipping them all. Build the ending with her mind powers. Imagine if I just pop up a dialogue. Cool, you won. Use your mind powers. And only if I've already played through at least 50% of the game. I like skippable cutscenes. Most of the time, I'm not going to watch a game's cutscenes. There are rare exceptions. Diablo 2, I watched them all. And I probably did not watch them on my first time through. And then anytime I play through nowadays, if I'm to play through again, I don't watch them again. But like, I think that game did pretty well. What else? I like with cutscenes. Yeah, I think generally I'll just skip them. I just don't care. I got to be really absorbed in a game to want to watch a cutscene for it. Hey, Headhunter. How will the marketing look in your case? Could you explain a little bit, for example, what channels of marketing you'll use, etc.? So a lot of what I've been doing has been influencer outreach so far. And if you were to just search on YouTube for Skeleseller, you'll see quite a lot of videos on there that, well, I guess if we do minus Adam, you won't see the ones from me. So yeah, you'll see quite a lot of videos on there. This was from my past marketing efforts. Well, now we got done with that. Now we're in the explore more section. I think you have to click videos and not have that show up. Yeah. So now it's just Skeleseller videos. So this was all due to influencer outreach. And I want to do more of that. I want to potentially run some ads. And that's kind of it as far as I have planned. Probably reaching out to press maybe. Maybe doing some social media posts. Maybe some content creation. I don't know, all that stuff. Oh, there are a lot more videos than I thought. No, we're done with that. So it ends down here. And that's not even that's not even Skeleton. Here's a 1 hour unskippable cutscene. Yeah, that'd probably drive me crazy. I actually bought Metal Gear Solid on the 3DS and I played for like 5 minutes. I remember, I think the game starts in like a jungle and there's some alligator. That's the extent of what I remember. I probably would have enjoyed the game. I just never played for longer than those like 5 minutes. Yeah. Mass amount of small influencers with the potential of a bigger influencer picking it up would be good. I'm a little torn on everything I did on YouTube there. Like, again, if we just do that exact same search and we look at the videos here, some of these videos did incredibly well. This one got 46,000 views. This one got 92,000 views. These two alone drove a lot of people to the game. And then some of them did pretty well, like 700 views, 1.1 thousand, 3.7 thousand. But then some of them did not do so well, like in the 100 view range, 30 views, 100, 28 views, 18. And it's not to say that I don't still appreciate these. I learned things watching them. I enjoyed watching them a lot of the time. But in terms of influence, it is just a numbers game. So it is kind of unfortunate. But like out of 100 people, how many will try the demo? How many will wishlist the game? How many will buy the game? And with 100, it's hard to say because it's a pretty small sample size. So like if on average it's 5%, is it worth reaching out to someone, like typing out an email and getting like 5 people who will like try the demo, and then like one of those might buy the game? Because at some point, all of what you're doing is going to boil down to how many sales of the game did you get? Or how many did it cause you to get through this transitive property of other influencers trying it out? So it's like, okay, one person buying the game is equal to some amount of money. And probably it's about $7 if I sell the game for 15. Because after Steam's cut in taxes, it's probably get about $7. So it's like anything else with business. Is it worth the investment? Now, technically, reaching out to an influencer is free, but it takes time to do that. And like, I'm not really automating this process in any way. I guess I could set an AI on this and be like, oh, go find influencers and just email them, and just whatever happens, happens. Like, I'm curating this list myself and seeing if they might be a good fit and whether they'd like it. So, yeah. Any tips on influencer outreach? Oh, man. I don't know that I'm actually good at it. So, I got a pretty high response rate. And I think the reason why I did is I don't think any 2 emails I sent out were the same. So like I wrote everything at least to some custom extent. I did enough research into their channel to find out what might get them to respond. Some people I like tailored a message to them, or like sent a joke that they might find funny. And then, yeah, a lot of the rest of it is just like find the people who you would want to see a video on their channel. I phrased this stupidly. I'm not going to rephrase that. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, let's say you find a YouTuber and they've got 5 subscribers and their videos have 0 to 1 view. Like, you probably don't want to even reach out to this person. Imagine now you see a video of your game on their channel and it's 30 minutes long. It's like, oh, well, they might get 1 view. It's just I just skip those people at that point. So there's got to be some amount of audience. Otherwise, I just feel like, yeah, what are the odds this person blows up from my video or my game, a video of my game? So, yeah, I think I've got more tips. I'm just kind of trying to think off the top of my head and remember back to months ago. But I started writing down my overall learnings from this, and I could always share those at some point. Sounds like it was Snake Eater. Yeah, I don't fully remember. How does this influencer marketing transfer to wishlist? So if you're asking like, what are the metrics? I don't have them, but the general idea is just you get some YouTubers to cover it, then their audience gets interested in it, they go wishlist the game. It's all just part of the sales funnel. Every single person is a potential purchase cascade, though. Yeah, it is, but I think you can kind of look at things and be like, that's probably not going to be a viable one. And as mentioned, if all it takes is literally just, like, a lot of people do copy paste their emails. So if all you're going to do is copy paste an email to another address, yeah, you should probably do it. But if you're going to spend time customizing it and it takes you like 5 minutes, it's probably not worth that 5 minutes. You want to maintain the momentum of the sales. That means you can't stop marketing efforts because it's not a service business. Yeah. Yeah, so I want to pick up marketing a lot more in the next few months. Well, I say in the next few months. I really want to start doing this like next week, but we need to get some things done before then. So yeah, it's all on my radar. All right, we've had this code done for a little while now, and I think I can check it in. Okay, looks good. Now, ideally, I don't want to even add this check here if you've already gotten this particular achievement, but it shouldn't be a big change. So yeah, we'll add this. All right, so add achievement for maxing all perks. Am I doing regional pricing? I haven't figured that out yet. I feel like I probably should. Just CC everybody. Hello. I would like to start a bidding war. All right, get gold 1, 2, and 3. You know what'll make this really easy is if I put cumulative gold into the town save file. I know I saved it somewhere, but I don't know where I saved it. So please tell me it's in this file. Cumulative. No, it's not. Man. Did I put it in the challenge mode save file? CM save. Cumulative money earned. There it is. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, we could move this. The other thing we could do, and I kind of want to try this. So Steam has stats. We could make a like gold earned stat, and maybe we could reset it at the beginning of a run, and then just have Steam be our storage for this. I don't really think it's a good idea for this. I think we should just move this somewhere else. So a town save file should track cumulative money earned. How many times do we reference this? Oh yeah, all over the place. Okay. Well. Yeah. Where does this get called from? I think this is the right way to do things. Yeah, I think this is the right way to do things. We do something here like figure out the delta equals amount minus money. If delta is greater than 0, then cumulative money earned plus equal delta. We store it. Yeah, I think this is what we have to do. If the game picks up, you don't want to miss out on the potential of it going cross-border and losing the deal just because of economics of currencies. Yeah, I'll write that down. Because I don't think I have anything about this on my radar right now, other than just in my head. And I shouldn't rely on it being in my head. Look into regional pricing on Steam. I hope there's some guide out there for what to price your game at in each country, so that I don't need to think about this at all. Is gifting a game to get a Steam achievement against their terms of service or possible? I don't think it's possible. I don't think as a game dev that you have any way of detecting that a game is a gift. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. With that said, getting Steam achievements, you can, I think, trivially easily get all Steam achievements for all games by just like running a program. So you don't ever really need to do the achievement task. That's not true for server-side games, but I think it's true for all the client-side achievements. Oh, Steam gives you a suggestion? Okay, yeah. It'd be a cool social mechanic. I think what it would end up doing is it would make it so that people wait to buy it until like a friend wants it, and then they each gift it to the other person so they get an achievement, or people just stop caring about those achievements or something. But yeah, those are the kinds of things that are like sales tricks almost. And I think if they work, then they'll catch on. And if they catch on, then eventually Steam will determine, is this healthy or not, and then they might snuff it out. Okay, so we do track cumulative gold, but we only do it for challenge mode. So we just need to move this. I think we move it. Yeah, I think we move it. I'm also kind of curious about this API. How often do we call set money versus modify money? Set money is called from modify money, and it's called from here. I wonder if we should do this the other way around. Where's modify money? Because this is probably called from everything, right? Yeah, this is called from all over the place. Yeah. Hey, Maya. 53 out of 100. Oh, no. Was it the Malik and what else were you having trouble with? Unions? Was it about those that you struggled with? Because, yeah, I think you should probably, like, the whole point of the exam from the student's perspective, at least what I think, is to find out where your gaps are so you know what you still need to learn. It's still not too late to learn those things. I hope you're not like, well, the test is over, now I'm just done. I like how Path of Exile did it. They give you 2 free keys to give to your friends. And then generally my friends end up buying a package of the game because they want the currency in game to purchase stashes. Yeah. I think if you have microtransactions, then you control all of that stuff yourself. So you could figure out, like, you buy a thing that then your character can't use, you give it to somebody else, or yeah, I don't think that'll really apply for Skeleseller. Modify money seems rather redundant. Why not call set money directly? You could, you just need to know what the current money is. So now imagine you're in some other class and you do like town dot set money. Instead of passing in just a delta, now you need to do town dot money plus the delta you wanted to do, as opposed to an API that's just the delta. So like this is nicer for callers. And it removes the possibility that you forget to do this and then accidentally set your money to just the delta or something like that. Hey, what? It's going pretty well. I'm just getting through the achievements. I think we can get most of these done this morning. If I do make these changes, we'll get these 3 done. And then we only have these ones left to do. And yeah, I think we need to make these changes. The thing I'm more concerned about is this is going to break save files for people who are playtesting. And I don't like that idea. There's one recursion question. 4 complex definitions. Recursion in itself is so complex and huge. Yeah. Well, I hope you learn from that stuff. You don't just feel dejected, like, oh, I got a 53, so there's no point trying now. I think there's still a point trying, especially if you care about learning this stuff. Yeah, so this is the bigger problem. If I change this, I would break playtesters' save files. There haven't been that many people to play. Codex, are you still here? Do you care if I break your save file? I could fix it if you want. I don't know if you're even there, but yeah, it was Matt and Codex and I think Galaxy Inferno who played the playtest version again, and I think Xyletics wanted to. This would break even their story mode run though, or wait, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. Hey, ABC. Yeah, maybe this is only used when you're in bone mode. I don't think people are testing that again. Yeah, breakage is expected. I don't think this will break demo players, would it? Let me think about that. We'd have cumulative money, but nothing's ever going to try to read it outside of achievements. Achievements don't exist for the demo. Oh, that's another thing we should probably do. Achievement system. Don't do any of this stuff if you're in the demo. I guess it doesn't have any impact. It'll try reading things that don't matter, though. If feature flags.is demo return, there are no achievements in the demo. Yeah. Mr. Agent. And hey, Cuddlefish. So let me think about this. You would try loading a save file that does not have cumulative money. I guess we just set it to 0 in that case. Yeah, so just make sure that we... Oh, wait, no, but the game version is going to change, but only for challenge mode. But this has a version that's the same as the other version, right? Version 12? What is this? Version 12. Oh, man. They're both the same. Yeah, there's only one save version. I don't think there's a way to do this without breaking everybody. Well, there is a way to do it. It's just going to be annoying. It's not going to be worth the effort. And I think we do it anyway. Yeah, I think it's go for it, but we need to bump the game version. Break demo users. Sake of bone mode. This will cause demo users to break. Not my demo save. I know it's at most like half an hour of data. It's not that bad. And it's not like tons of people have been playing anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna write this down. Stop thinking about this. Just do it. The reason I'm not doing it right this second is because an ad break is about to start. So I'll go take a break. And when I come back, we'll work on this. And if I balk at this still, please just remind me that there's no use crying over spilled milk. All right. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hey Charlie on YouTube and hey Syrup. That was a fierce competition there. Good job toward the end, Syrup. Everyone was so close. All right, close the game. You know, if I want to save some words, I could have said everyone was so close. The game, and the AI would have just seen close the game. Logged in a quick double jump. Yeah. All right, so before this, I was psyching myself up so that I could change all this stuff. So now let's go change the stuff. Like I said, I don't think this will be too hard to do. It's just going to be some work. And then I think I want to change set money to be the, or change modify money to be the call that everything converges on. Yeah, that way set money doesn't need to compute the delta again. What was the reason for it to return the value? No caller ever uses it. I don't know. Yeah, there probably was a reason a while ago, and now there just isn't. Oh, good. This broke. Let's find out. Oh, the only callers are... No, that can't be right. Yeah, I was going to say that can't be right. So, yeah. I don't know what it would have been. Maybe it was like a check to see... Oh, maybe it was like a check to see if you were at the maximum amount of money, and we got rid of that. That might have been why. We'd have to look through... it's not worth trying to find the reason why. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's needed now. And I'll write that down too. I just removed the return built. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's needed. And change modify money to no longer return the amount since it's never used. Okay, let's go change everything. Man. Achievement system has what in it here? If it's in the demo, don't get achievements. Yeah, I should probably write this down still. Don't or stop checking for achievements in the demo. So challenge mode details has the cumulative money earned, and it's no longer going to be here. It's going to be in town. Probably right next to money. Where's money? Is it not called money? It is called money. Where is that? There it is. Yeah, so there's no reason for this to be public. How will we fetch that you got enough cumulative money? It does need to be public. Public long cumulative money earned. And this just starts at 0. And is that what I called it? Cumulative money earned. Yeah. Okay. All right, so now we delete it from here. Save this because this only emits the current total, not the delta, and we need the delta to know how much to increase this by. What, really? I don't think we need this anymore now. Huh, yeah. It's kind of interesting. I should have, when I made this, I should have just put this inside of town. I wonder if that even struck me back then. This would have been like 4 months ago, so I don't remember. But yeah, now that I see this here, I don't think we need this. So say goodbye to that too. Oh boy. We'll need to come back to this. All right, so we get the delta. We add the cumulative money earned. That shouldn't matter anymore. Set the prior amount. We don't care about that either. Percent progress, this does matter. We can now get this from town. Town dot cumulative money earned. All right, looks good. This was in the save data. We got to change where this stuff is saved. So we should probably delete this from here and put it into town wherever we have money. Load from save data. Where's money? There it is. So we'll just put this right alongside it. Okay. Great. I wonder if we should put that in like game progress data. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. It's just like going to be a property somewhere. So we need to make sure we load this too. I got to write that down. Make sure we load cumulative money correctly. Now this is cumulative money across one save file. If we wanted to track cumulative money across everything, we'd probably use a Steam stat for that. But I don't have an achievement I want to do for that one. I just want this to be within one save file. Especially because if there was something like earn 10 million gold, I don't think that's exactly fun in a game where you could just leave it running. And you'd have to, yeah, I don't think it's fun. So we're not going to do that. All right, let's keep going through this. Show time warning. This is just town.cumulative money. And same thing here. Town.cumulative money. All right, so this does not get saved anymore. Not there. And now I got to figure this out. So what is this doing? Add on money changed after we started or loaded, but not during loading. And we call on money changed here just to change the progress. We probably keep this the same prior money amount. Town.money. Isn't that what we were just doing? Why did we? Oh yeah, I see. We need to set that too. Okay, this is probably fine now. All right, so if I try building, I think it's going to fail because we're probably using this somewhere else and I just didn't find them all. Let's go take a look. It's fine if there's a failure. This is just me being lazy to try to find it myself. There is no failure. Okay, so now it's not tracking cumulative money anymore. So if you go into bone mode and you try winning, it's impossible. I'm pretty sure because I don't use this anywhere. Yeah, current cumulative gold 0. So now if I sell a potion, just add 1 million customers and speed this up. I think it's always going to be 0. Yes. Yeah, because I never did anything here. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Gotcha, Rinmori. So I do this with everybody. I call them by the name on that platform so that other people can know who I'm talking to. So like if I were to call you Mohit Kumar or something like that, no one would know that I'm referring to you. And then it'll be harder for them to follow. So I'm still I'll call you Rinmori over here and Mohit Kumar on YouTube. If your name were like kind of close or you asked me to call you Rin or something like that, that's totally fine. But yeah, I try to reduce confusion. All right, so get the save data. Save data. That's not there. That's there. All right, so where we put money, we just put this right next to it. Cool. Just don't call me late for dinner. Hey, Lemon Drop. Yeah, so I know you probably saw that message already on Discord, but my issue that I was running into is I was copying, or I was like dragging a selection, but I did not have a layer selected, so copy wasn't even enabled. And all I need to do is click this, and now copy is enabled, and it works how I would expect. But I didn't know I had to click that. Like, that's not what I would have expected. And that's especially why copy merge didn't make any sense to me, because I'm like, what am I merging? There's only one layer. So yeah, I'm slowly learning Affinity, and I'm writing some notes too. So now I have a couple of notes on Sprite workflows. There's still stuff I don't know how to do. Like, what's the best way if I wanted to change these couple of blue pixels to red pixels? How do I do that? I think I'd use the paint tool here and then probably set a threshold lower. Yeah, like a tolerance lower. But is there no like just pixel pencil tool? Because I saw there's a pencil tool, but it doesn't work at all like how I would expect. So I drag this over here and then click this. And I'm drawing in like a vector mode, even though I'm in pixel mode here. Yeah, this is Affinity. So like, how do I just draw pixels? Shouldn't there be a way to do that? Stroke width. If I set this to 1px, 1 point. Oh, this is like closer to what I want, but I want it to be individual pixels, and it's like darkening it as I go. Maybe that's some other thing here. Edit stroke settings, width. Oh God, I don't want to figure any of this out. Copy merge kept deleting it. Yeah. Yeah, it's confusing. Rope mode. We just turn that off. Use line style, use fill. The brush tool. This one? Oh, interesting. And then we can set this 1 pixel. It's doing some weird filling thing though, where it's, is that what this is? Hardness? Can I set this to 100%? No, it's darkening it still as I go over it. Blend mode. Can I like not have it blend? Normal. Protect alpha, reset, symmetry. Yeah, so anyway, there's probably some setting to do this, but as you can see, it's bizarre. Like the longer I hold it over this, the darker the pixels get. Probably find a single pixel or hard brush there. Yeah, there's got to be something. It's just like I don't want to keep trying to figure this out for every small task I have to do. Size, accumulation, flow, rotation, blend, wet edges. Yeah. Anyway, I need to figure this out, and I don't. I want this stuff to be simple. Oh, paint pixel. Oh, there it is. That's exactly what I want. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's delete this. I don't need that. So drawing individual pixels is, well, it says pixel tool on it now, but it doesn't say that. Wait, what? Oh, I see. It's here. Yeah. So what's the shortcut for this? B for paintbrush. So I just press B a bunch of times until it goes to, no, that doesn't work. Oh, weird. Normally these all have the same shortcut and you can swap between them, but that's actually just Y for pixel tool. Drawing individual pixels. Press Y for pixel tool. This is actually under, in the UI, this is underneath, or like a sub menu of the paintbrush tool, which is that. B. Can you take a look at my questions? Yeah, I can take a look later. Does that brush have other options on right click? There should be a pencil. This one? This has some things up here. Yeah, this will work totally. I just didn't know this existed. And that's the problem with Affinity that I have right now is I don't know what all the equivalents are in other programs I use. So now that I know this is a thing, I can use this to draw whatever I need to. Where are the colors? How do you open this? There we go. I think you double click. Yeah, so now if I wanted to change this, I could just change this like that. Not that I want to, it's just I every once in a while do have something where I'm like, okay, let's add a border around here to see where this shows up in the game or something like that. And yeah, now I know how to do that. Okay, that's weird. Oh, it's gone now. Yeah, Y for it pixel. Yeah. All right, so cumulative money earned. We need to set this now, which we do from, I guess everything's converting on set money. So let's go do that. So long delta equals amount minus money. If delta is greater than 0, cumulative money earned plus delta. And then we need to load it. Load from save. Money. Here it is. Cumulative money equals that. This is technically automatically going to set this, which is kind of interesting. So we don't even need to do anything here. We can just set this as 0. Wait, which means there's no point in... No. What am I talking about? That's not right at all. Yeah, that's not right at all. There, that's what does this. Yeah, I'm glad I thought about this. Yeah, I should draw some pixels. All right, yeah, take care, Lemon Drop. Hope you're not late for dinner tonight. So this should be finished. The rest of this stuff we haven't done yet. Game saver now needs to modify the save version to be 13. And what else? Okay, so let's go try bone mode and make sure this is working. And saving it should work too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell like a potion or something. So just get 3 gold. And we should see that our cumulative gold gets loaded correctly. Yeah, save files are broken. I know. All right, so we're at 0 cumulative gold. No, it thinks we're at 150. Oh, that's not right. I know why this is happening now. Yeah, I know why this is happening. Because the town keeps track of cumulative gold, but it's done through set money, which challenge mode needs to do. So we have a set money call in here somewhere. Money equals 50. That's not it. We grant some tutorial or intro challenge. I forgot what this is called. Intro, maybe scenario. I don't remember the name of this. Oh, what does it say on the main screen? It's short and starts you with extra gold. Okay, starts you with extra gold. Here it is. And that's if you're on level 0. Don't we have challenge mode data somewhere? Where is this? Here it is. No, there's only part of it. Huh. I don't know where any of this is. Well, let's go look at the next one maybe. Wasn't there like a farming mode or something? Yeah, here it is. Start with more gold. There, found ya. Okay, now where are you used? Found this, and there it is. Modify money 150. So grant start of run affects core. Why is this named like that? Oh, I see. Can anyone explain to me the creator balance on Twitch? What is that? And why does it have 628? I don't know what that is. Yeah. Do you have a channel? Like maybe that's just saying that that's how much money you'll get at the next payout. But you'd need to be an affiliate for that or a partner, which means that you'd know that you are earning money. You can apply your balance when buying bits or gift subs. Did you ever get a refund from Twitch for something? It sounds to me, and I don't know for sure, but it sounds to me like you are maybe a Twitch affiliate and you got a subscription or something, but no payout yet. So it's just a balance. It's, you know, monopoly money until they pay it out. And Twitch is like, well, you can convert it into money for us if you want. Haven't streamed in like 5 years. Yeah, then that could be it. Maybe there was some monetization event that happened on your channel, even without you needing to stream. I'm not sure why someone would do that. Yeah, it says new. Okay, so here's my guess. Again, I'm filling in a lot of blanks here, but my guess is that like someone is testing some like fraudulent transaction thing, and they're just using like random channels so they don't attract attention, and they like subbed to your channel, and that's why you have the money. That's my guess. Because if you haven't streamed in 5 years, it presumably wouldn't be a human doing this, but I don't know for sure. If you go to your dashboard and click these things, like you can click bits and see who cheered, or subs and see who subscribed, and then you should just see a list of subscribers. So, or just any part of your activity feed. So yeah, just go to this link. That'll only work for you, by the way, the link I shared. So go to that link and you should see something there. And that should answer the question, I think. All right, so here's the problem. We do this before, we do this and it counts as cumulative money. Where is this done? Apply challenge constraints. So I want to update the cumulative money earned. Maybe we just set it. Yeah, why don't we just set it here? This is part of the town. In fact, where do we do that modify money thing? I should probably find that. Started or loaded game. I don't see it anymore. Here it is. Challenge mode objective details has it. All right, so we called that yet? Oh man. Started loaded challenge mode. Update max customers. There's started loaded games somewhere. I gotta find that. It's here in start game. Set up challenge mode if necessary. Aha. Okay. Yeah. I think I know what we're doing then. Yeah. So we just have to set cumulative money earned equals 0. Reset to 0 in case a constraint added money. And then there's something else I had to fix, but what is it? That started or loaded thing. That's an objective details. Objective details. Yeah, I think we just get rid of this. All right, let's try it out. Oh man, playing with scissors. A long time ago. All right, so we started a new game. We should see 0 gold up here. Yep, cumulative, I mean. 0 cumulative. So now if I save and load, it should still be at 0. Good. Now we got to earn some money. We're going to sell a potion or a bow. It doesn't really matter what. Come on, customers. Oh, that person wants a potion. So we're guaranteed to get a sale in roughly 6 seconds. Just got to wait. And there we go. All right, so we got 15 gold cumulative and 215 total. And yeah, it looks like it's working. So now if I increase this, 265, now we're at 515. This did not make us win. That is quite the problem. All right, we got to fix that then. I think it's because I deleted that. I shouldn't have deleted that. So basically, I remember someone subscribing once and it's payout threshold, which you cannot cash out unless it's elite 50. Yeah. So wait, then you've had this money for like 5 years? I mean, I recognize that if you couldn't have hit the threshold, you wouldn't have gotten the money. So it might as well have not existed. And it also sounds like Twitch didn't have this feature to change that money into subs until recently. So it sounds like you couldn't have done anything. I guess short of streaming to get the extra 44 bucks or whatever. Oh, I should continue the game, huh? Okay, I'm glad we're testing this. Good, good. Yeah, perfect. Business succeeded. So now if I go to the title screen and I start the next challenge just starts with a farm, not any money. Why does it say best time 0 seconds? Oh, because it's the old save file. It didn't get invalidated. All right, so start anyway. So now here I start with 50 gold, but my cumulative is 0. And I click this and it went up by 1750 and then I win. Yeah. Nice. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. So yeah, we don't need this here anymore. That's kind of nice. All right, what next? Change these things and then get this to work for the achievement. The achievement part should be pretty simple. We go to achievement system and we do town.money changed plus equal on money changed. Private void on money changed, long new amount. I don't actually care about the amount here. What I care about is if your cumulative amount is greater than a certain value. So how does this work? Oh, this is just checking a hash set. That's pretty nice. All right, so if it's greater than 1,000, then we give you the achievement money. What did I call it? Gold? Get gold 1. And if it's greater than, I don't know what the other values are. Where is it? 1,000, 50,000, and 250,000. And we have no idea if these are actually good amounts. Yeah, so there we go. All right, that'll do it. Let's go test it out. So story mode, new game. Every time I right click, I think we get 10,000 gold. So as soon as I right click once, it will immediately give us the first achievement. Yeah. Now I'm going to click 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get the next one. And then I have to do another 20 times. Cool. All right, that was it. The achievements are working. And then these we can change after this. Yeah. So we moved cumulative money. We tested bone mode. Everything looks like it's working. Yeah, this is all pretty straightforward. And it actually simplified some of the code. All right, neat. Let's check it in. Add achievements for earning gold. I had to move cumulative gold earned from bone mode specific locations into town.cs. This meant invalidating save files. Do they need to be nested, or am I not understanding something? They don't need to be, but this condition can't be true unless the condition above it is true. So it's like a very, very minor performance improvement to do this, as opposed to putting them all at the same nested, like to put them all at this indentation level. So yeah, it'd be the same logic if you were to split this out into here in terms of getting achievements, but you'd be doing unnecessary work when you've only got like 500 cumulative gold, because you know those conditions can't be true. All right, anything else we have to do? No, I think it's pretty much it. Yeah, we're saving on unnecessary checks. Yeah. All right, so change modify money. Let's go do that. Modify money. Void. Remove unnecessary return value. And then the real thing we wanted to do is this. Change modify money to be the call that we converge on. So set money should call modify money, not the other way around. How many places call set money? 2, 3, 4, 4. Fine. All right, so this used to call set money. Now this is going to be the set money. And it's going to be mat.min money plus amount. We'll explicitly rename this to delta. We don't need to call the set money there. This needs to do the cumulative change. So set money doesn't have this here anymore, which means now that's not needed. This money change shouldn't be here either. Modify money. Okay, good. Set money. Delete that. And then just do modify money amount minus money. There. I think that's all we need to do. I might have messed something up. But yeah, I think that should simplify the code. Let's try it. So new game, we're at 100 gold. If I just save the file right here, our save should now contain a cumulative amount, of 0 and money of 100. Good. Now we're gonna go sell some potions. There we go. Speed this up. We'll sell them both. That'll be 6 gold. Yep. Great. So now we have 106 and our cumulative should be 6. Yeah, so will that be confusing to players, I wonder? You start the game with 100 gold, but we're not counting that as cumulative money earned. I don't think they're going to notice. Yeah, I don't think they're going to notice. Because the achievement only triggers when you get 1,000 cumulative money. And realistically, yeah, I'm overthinking this. It doesn't matter. All right, I want to reset the achievements, though, because I want to try this again. Oh, I got to restart Steam. Oh, engage privacy mode. Oh, now I know why Steam closed. Okay, now I understand it. I closed all my console tabs, and one of them was how I started Steam. So it caused Steam to close. All right, give me a sec. Show this in just a second. There we go. All right, so we just call reset all stats. Press enter. Come on. Oh, app ID. Success. So now we don't have the achievement. I'm going to start the game again. And I want to do this in kind of an interesting way here. We're going to start a new game. So we're at 0 cumulative gold right now. I'm going to build both the shops. I can't afford that. All right, well, we're going to hold off on that then. And we're going to grant a whole bunch of items and customers and workers. So we're going to get 1,000 gold for real. Except for not really. We are cheating, just in a different way. So now when customers come by, they'll buy the more expensive stuff that we have here, like 21 gold, 20 gold. And it shouldn't take too long to get to 1,000. We need enough money to build this. Good. I can go sell those. And then as they're getting these things, we can't tell how much cumulative gold we have until we save. But I just want to see if this happens naturally. In fact, I guess we could save here and then see what is this at. Save Jason cumulative. We're at 177 so far. Yeah. So like I said, getting to 1,000 should not take very long. Now it costs 200. Okay, now what are we at? 469. Okay. Keep going. Just buy all my stuff. Grant some more items. Guess we can do that. All right, now what are we at? 893. Okay, so another few sales and we should see the achievement pop up. Should be any second now. Yeah, there it is. And the next one's at 5,000. I am actually going to do this one too, just because it's very little work, but we'll speed it up. All right, we're fully upgrading the shops for this. All right, what are we at now? We're at 2,400. Yeah, so it's not that far away. And if I get the warehouse. All right, we should see it happen pretty soon. Come on, customers. They're not at 5,000 yet? No, it just hit 5,000. Is 5,000 not the amount? Oh, it's 10,000. Oh, well, then I'll speed this up even more. I don't want to wait around for that long. We're not doing the 250,000 one. There, that should do it. That didn't do it. How far away are we? 500 gold? I haven't sold 500 gold worth? I think something's wrong. Hey, Zerbu. Oh, it's 50,000. All right, my bad. All right, I'm just, never mind. That was really dumb. I should have looked at the number. I thought it was 5,000, then I thought it was 10,000, then I just looked at it and realized it's 50,000. All right. Yeah, so we changed this to be the convergence point here. Did this actually make the code smaller? It didn't. Why didn't it? Oh, I guess because I didn't have a new line there. Yeah. So there, now it's smaller by one line. Because I was going to say, we don't have to compute the delta anymore. So we should be able to get rid of a line of code. And yeah, now we can. All right, so change convergence point for modifying money. We used to converge on set money. However, now that town tracks the cumulative money earned, it caused us to have to compute the delta there, even though we already do for modify money. Yeah, so now modify money is where we converge, where all money modification calls converge. Yeah, Andreas. There's some incremental debugging. Yeah, certainly was. Return value happened in show sales with floating text. Show sales with floating text. Okay, I see. We used to probably check to see how much we modified it by and then show text for that. Yeah. All right, so we're done with that. This one, finished, finished, finished. Now for this. Bone mode completion 1. I think this should be very easy. And I'm hoping it is. And we just got to figure out where do you beat bone mode. There should be an end screen, challenge end screen. Here it is. Where do we show this? There's an init, so let's just find where that is. And there it is. End screen.init. So show, and we know which one we beat here. We probably do. What's inside of this? I don't know why I did that. I could just do this. We don't know it here, but we know it's somewhere else. I don't remember where. I guess the details will tell us. Oh, it is in here. Isn't there a scenario number? Scenario number level. Level is challenge mode configuration difficulty level. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so whenever you beat... We could either put this in the end screen itself or in the logic that shows the end screen. How do we know that you've won? Reached money goal. We could also potentially just put it in here. Then again, this is probably something the achievement system should listen to. Challenge mode objective details. Where do we get this from? The UI? Okay. I'll write something and then we'll potentially make this better. So these are for when you're not in challenge mode. So how about we do when you are in challenge mode? Else this. So now this goes down here. This all goes down here. And then this one is going to be town UI challenge. We can't get challenge mode from that. Challenge mode objective details. Menu. I see. Reached money goal plus equal on reach challenge or like on beat challenge mode scenario. Okay. Private void that. Does that take something in? Yeah, it takes in the details. I don't need the details. Or at least the details don't have what I would want on there. But they do have the level. It comes from challenge mode data. I'm surprised we don't have this anywhere else. Difficulty level? It's always fetched from there? No, the configuration has it. Where's that come from? Oh, that's what I'm fetching. Okay. All right, so if the difficulty level is equal to, I guess we can check if it's greater than. Oh, maybe you can only do them in a certain order. And what does this say as far as the README says? There. Get a taste of bone mode by completing the first scenario. Yeah, so it's the first scenario. So the difficulty level is 0 or 1. I don't know, and I didn't write this down. All right, let's just click scenario 1, start, and then save. What does it save it as? cm save.json. Difficulty is 0. Okay, so I'm going to write that this is 0 indexed. This is 0 indexed, meaning 0 is the tutorial scenario. All right, so if it's 0, then we add achieved achievement, bone mode. If it's 10, or if it's 20, which I believe we have manifested somewhere. How would I find that? I don't see it. We could find where we manifested every single one of these, like start with more gold. Hey, JD. Hardly know mode. Real zingers over there. Here it is, all difficulty data. So this, we can just get the number that we have here. Let's copy paste and now search for the word new or difficulty data. There are 21 selections. How's that possible? What? Did I just accidentally paste too many? That seems wrong. Oh, there is a max difficulty level here. Why is this +1? Minus minimum? Because this should have been 19. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Whoops. So where's that come from? New challenge run screen, not max difficulty level. Yeah, so this should, I guess, kind of, sort of, yeah, that's fine. Maybe we just set this to min difficulty level. Yeah, where'd I write that comment? Yeah, this is 0 index, meaning 0 is the tutorial scenario. C ref equals new challenge run screen dot that. This won't work anymore. Okay, there's like 3 different tasks I have to do right now. Feels an enumeration would be nice for difficulty, but less flexible, I presume. It's just that the enumeration would have literally just been the numbers 0 through 19. So I didn't see a reason to make an enumeration for it. All right, min difficulty level. So we have that, and that is represented in here too, I hope. Technically no, but that's okay. Min difficulty level. Okay, so there's that. Then the problem is this was set to 20. It should be set to 19. And then the new problem is that we have 1 too many here. And now this +1 shouldn't be there. Wait, no, something's wrong. What am I doing? If data.length is not equal to max minus min, this is going to be 19 now. But before it was 21. So no, the +1 was necessary. It's just that we had that number set too high. Okay. Yeah. So if I run this, I'm going to cheat my way through this a little bit. So we're going to do the first scenario, new game. Yep, start. And now we're going to cheat to beat this. And it should pop up an achievement as soon as I right click. Nice. Bone meal, bone meal. Okay, that's a problem. I accidentally put the text there twice, apparently. And it did on the Steam backend. I wonder if I did that for the full version too. I want to go look at this, but I don't know where to do that. Playtest, full version. Where's the full version? Pre-release. All right, now where do I modify achievements? Right there. Achievements. I have to do this off screen. Sorry. They don't let you share this. Bone meal. Yep, there it is. I just typed it twice. I don't see it anywhere else though. So I hit save. I got to publish this now too. Did I do it in the other one? No, I did not. Yeah, so I just made one tiny mistake. Good thing I have to find that one tiny mistake. All right, so let me publish. Prepare for publishing. Publish as Steam. Type Steamworks. And really publish. All right, so that should be live. If we go do the exact same thing we just did, reset stats, go back into the game, and get that exact same achievement, it will now not be doubled. Uh-oh. I might have needed to wait before doing that. Because I'm nearly positive I just updated this. Oh, you know what we could have done? I could have just looked at the playtest achievements down here. Where are they? View achievements. Yeah, it's fixed. Okay. Which means I should be able to do this again and see this working. Yeah, there, it's fixed. Okay, cool. So now we go to CM save and we find out what your highest difficulty level unlocked is. And we set this to 17. I just don't want it to be the max. I want to see what happens. So now we go to difficulty 10. Oh, this won't be right, will it? No, we need to set this to 9. Because scenario 10 is actually difficulty 9. Yeah, my bad. Should be 9. Note, scenario number 10 is difficulty 9. In mobile UIs, you still expect there to be a back button in the UI? I don't think there's going to be... Oh, wait, or are you just saying in general? Or do you trust that your phone's back button? Yeah, I would trust that the phone's back button would work at this point. If you want to support like really old phones, then maybe you need an explicit one. Or if it's not obvious for some reason, or if you like have the space anyway. But I think just look through any apps that you use on a day-to-day basis and see what they do, because that's what users would expect. If you look at, let's say, Instagram and YouTube and like one other app, and none of them have back buttons, and you can probably reasonably trust that you don't need a back button in your app. The old quote. All right, so now though we should have this working. We fixed our off by 1 error, I hope. So if we beat this mission, actually, you know what? Let's try this. Let's beat the one before it and make sure this doesn't do anything. So no achievement for this, but achievement for this. Yeah, nice. Complete the 10th scenario of bone mode. Okay, now we go complete the final scenario. We only have unlocked up to 18. So we start this one. This does nothing for us. And now we get 19. And again, this one does nothing for us. And now we get 20. And this is the final challenge. And by completing this, you should get an achievement. I messed something up. What did I do wrong? Uh-oh. What did I do wrong? Exception thrown. Failed to upload metrics. Oh, that's not a problem. I don't have the metrics server running. Hey, Campbell Soup. Hey, Bohem. Oh, no. Why doesn't this work? This should be 19, and this is 19. So we should call add achievement, which should pop up a thing. It didn't pop up a thing. Oh, you know why it might not have? Is because you can only call this so frequently. So I might have gotten the new achievement, and I just didn't see it pop up. No, it only says I have 2. Did I type something wrong? 19? Bone mode completion 3. What am I missing here? Huh. What am I missing here? Something obvious, I think. So let's go validate the simple stuff. Oh, I got rid of the breakpoint. Whoops. This is getting called, I think. Because I'm pretty sure we broke in there. Yeah, it's getting called. So we go into this. Achieved achievement IDs is nothing. So we add it. Now we call need to store stats. Mark achieved and store stats. Just granted equals mark achieved on Steam. But we did not just grant it. Why not? This must be failing. I mean, at this point, maybe it thinks I have it. Because maybe it added it somewhere. Well, we'll get to the bottom of this. Maybe I mistyped it in the back end. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so now here we get this dictionary, and is ret true or false? Ret is false, so it doesn't exist. So I should have left that tab open in my browser, huh? Well, that's fun. I must have mistyped something. Achievements. Achievements. Oh no, the achievement just doesn't exist. What? How did I not add this? Yeah, I see 1 and 2. I don't see 3. And yeah, I do see 3 in the full version of the game. I think something went wrong. All right, well, I'll just go add this right now. I think we should have all the icons and stuff already. I'm very surprised about this. I didn't realize there just is no achievement in the back end. All right, so we got to go find the achievement metadata. That's here. This is bone mode completion 3. Done. It's called fully optimized. Done. Complete the 20th scenario of bone mode. Done. And now choose icons. Give me a sec. I made all these icons. I just got to find them. There. Now upload, upload. Wait, but I checked this. We had 23 achievements already. Does that mean I duplicated another one? Oh no. I don't know why we see 23 here. Can you explain how the out variant exists is working in the method you were just at? Yeah, let me find it. This. So try get value for a dictionary will return that value into this out parameter. And exists is the it's like what this thing represents. So this is just a name. We could have called this like ret or something. And it's a variant because the Godot dictionary does not store types the way C# would. So we can store any variant in here from Godot. If any of that doesn't make sense, feel free to ask. I am happy to explain more. But I got to go figure out why. How did I already have 23 achievements and then I added one and we still have 23 achievements? I don't understand. And I can't upload this graphic? Seriously? What's going on? Okay, it uploaded that one. Why can't it upload this one? Upload. Okay, that worked. Save. Your achievement image was successfully uploaded. Okay, now I refresh. It says 24 achievements. Oh man. All right, let's just export the data and find out. I messed something up. I don't know what I messed up. I messed something up. So here's all the data. I must have a duplicate here, right? So let's just search for name. Are any of these duplicated? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Max 1, max all. Higher. Gold, gold, gold. Bone mode completion. New achievement 120. What is that? Okay, that's a problem. I don't know what that is. Is that the boss one? Oh, that's the one that this should have been. It just had the wrong ID. Well, now they're in the wrong order. This is why you should be able to bulk upload these. You just can't make these mistakes. All right, so we're going to publish this. Again, I got to do this off screen. Sorry. Steam has the thing right on the page saying you're not supposed to share this. Do you also get a weird error in the log when you open the town scene and a random scene and switch between them like twice? Especially when clicking on the town scene. Open town scene and a random scene. Is it like this? Tree existed? Or tree exited, excuse me. This might be something with a max size container if we have one. I don't know if we do have a max size container. But if we did, that's where I would expect that to be coming from. Okay, so the changes are now live. I'm going to go test this out again. We're going to get rid of our breakpoints that we have here. Just remove all. And I want to test this in the next 26 seconds so I can beat the ad break. And then I'll take my own little break here. So we click this, we start, and we win it. And we should get an achievement as soon as we do this. All right, maybe we need to wait a little bit longer. I don't know. All right, I'll go take my break and we'll try to figure this out. Is it jump time? Is it jump time? It's jump time. So PWS, I don't know if you know, you can type LL to jump like sort of to the left, and then LLL to jump really to the left. So those are some shortcuts for that. But I find it funny because you're cursed to come in second place. 3 plays, 3 second place wins. But yeah, GG everybody. Close the game. All right, where we left off was trying to get this achievement to work, and maybe I need to reset this. I don't know. I'll try again though. We'll just quit the game. What's the number to it? I think it's like 45 and 60. I'm not sure. It'll be in the repo though. Yeah, you're right. 30 and 60. Yeah. Yeah, so that should help when you're trying to like nudge yourself left or right. You gotta beat Darkstorm. He's grown too powerful. I'm glad we're testing this. You know, I just expected this stuff to work. It's still not working. I'm not sure why now. But I still have this open. I published. Achievements. Bone mode completion 3. Did I type it right? I think so. Yeah, I did. What am I missing at this point? Huh. Adam nuked the stats. Adam accidentally nuked the stats. Adam didn't intentionally do that. I don't know why this isn't working. All right, let's put a breakpoint here again and let's find out. This time I don't expect Steam to say that it doesn't exist. If it does, then something hasn't updated. And I don't know how to get it to update because I already published. So is this going to say that this thing is false? It is false. And the achievement ID is, yeah, bone mode completion 3. Huh. I think this is just needing to wait a little bit longer. Does it show IDs here by any chance? It probably doesn't. Yeah, I'm guessing this has the wrong ID. All right, well, how do we get it to fix itself? I just click away and click back. Do I close Steam? Like, I think it works, and I just need to wait, but I'd love to verify this. Hey, Boolean, how you doing? Man, why? Come on, why isn't it showing up? I don't think I've ever needed to do something different here before. Okay, let's try this. Let's try view raw settings over here. I'll get the achievement data and we'll see if it downloaded it correctly. Maybe something is wrong here. Bone mode. Yeah, it has the right ID. Oh, what's that? That's not good. The tokens are wrong. Oh my God. This is so stupid. All right, hold on a second. Those tokens shouldn't matter right now, but they're going to matter in the future. Token has to be new achievement 120. Did I mess this up somewhere else too? I did. No, wait, I didn't mess it up. That's just how that works. Oh, this is the worst. The worst. So you can't ever get the token to contain an actual meaningful thing for you? They all have new achievement? All right. Well, I mean, that's technically not a problem. I'm still not sure why Steam... I'll just restart Steam. Whatever. Fine. All right. Engage privacy mode. Let's try this again. Oops. I'd be very surprised if this did not fix it. Because I shouldn't need to fix anything. I don't have any achievements. We're going to go get the achievement. Yeah. Ah, there it is. It worked. Okay. We got our achievement. All right, so let's go check that in. That took a lot longer than I thought it should have. The code wasn't bad. It's just a problem with numbers and IDs. Add achievements for bone mode scenarios. Can I fit the word completing in here? No, I can't. Winning? Yeah, I can fit that. All right, so we're done with that one, that one, that one. Now we have these two. Complete first quest and complete final quest. Do we even know when you've completed a quest in terms of the town telling you? No. Built the tavern. Tavern's here. Tavern. Quests. Is there an action? On quest completed. Nice. Okay. This does not emit it to the town, though. So we would need to listen for the tavern getting created so that we can then listen for the action on here. Or we could have the town do that for us. I kind of want the town to do it to simplify it for anything else. But what listens to this right now? The tavern listens to the quest. And the town menu listens to the tavern. And that's it. Interesting. Currently, the achievement system only lives for the time of the town, so we could use the same pattern there too. But I don't want to. But I think it's the most reasonable thing to do. So let's go do it. All right, so town.built the tavern plus equal. And we don't get the tavern in here? No. All right, plus equal town.tavern.on quest completed plus equal on quest completed. Then we go make this private void. Do we know what you completed? No, we don't. So we want to know that you completed the first quest. Do we keep track of that somewhere? We must. Otherwise, how would we know which one to offer you next? Yeah, there it is. Num quest done. But we don't have a way of fetching this outside of here? No. Yeah, well then let's just make it public. Get private set. Then rename it to num quest done. Then move it to here. All right, so if num quest done is exactly equal to 1, then you completed your first quest. Complete first quest. And then if, I guess we could sort like this. And num quest done equals that. All right, so then if the number of quests is equal to total number of quests, I forgot what I called this. Could have sworn I saw it in here. Has completed all quests. That's what we need. If has completed all quests, then add an achievement for complete all quests. Okay, let's go test those. So it's got to be in story mode. We grant most things. Oh. Wow. It's kind of funny. That just gave me 3 achievements. All right, so we build the tavern. And now we got to complete the first quest. So I'm going to accept this. We're going to grant a bunch of blue potions. And just wait for this to happen. Oh, we're 1 off. Okay, I'll drag the last one in myself. Nice. Recruit another skeleton worker. Cool. This recap's going to be crazy. Thousands of achievements. All right, I'd like to test that again, but I want to save the game first. So let's go delete the achievements. Reset all stats. Oh, right. Ah, stupid app ID. Whoops. Okay, so there it is. So now we can get that again, but I want to save in between. Oh, sorry, Charlie. I missed your message. Magically switched to zero-based counting. I think that was about the achievements with bone mode, right? Yeah, sorry, I missed that. Or what am I doing here? I need to start a new game. We get the tavern. Then I start a quest. And we make some progress here. And then we save. And when I load, I should be able to finish this. Okay, let the skeleton put in the last one. That gave me the achievement. Perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to accept all the quests and go get them done. I'm going to do this in kind of a silly way. We're just going to actually fight the locations we need to fight in. I'll give the rogue a bunch of skill points. And then we'll speed this up. We need 8 potions, which we're slowly getting. There. And then we need 5 boots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that quest is done. Now we need to go to the next quest. So where do we get those? We get them from here. I assume cheat button will pop achievements now? Yeah. But as long as you're not resetting them, it should only do it the first time. And then you have the achievements and it shouldn't happen again. All right, we can do that. Or actually, this is probably better. And then maybe upgrade the skeleton's movement speed. So I don't have to wait as long. All right, we're completing this quest right now. This is not the final one. This should not give us an achievement. I'm not even sure I remember what the final one is. So now this one requires a lot of different potions. Let's get the red ones first. Done. Now let's get the yellow ones next. And now let's get the blue ones. That's how devs get 100% completion in their own games. I think most devs are probably good at their own games. I think the only time that might not be as true is when they're multiplayer games. Like, if I make an FPS, that doesn't make me an FPS god afterward. But if I make a puzzle game, I probably know how to solve all my own puzzles. All right, so what's the next quest here? Fire swords and canes. This is not the final one. And actually, canes are gotten from the same location. Let's go get canes from here. 9 out of 17, 13 out of 17, 14, and come on. Come on, one more. There, okay, got it. All right, now the fire swords. We get those from here. Should probably turn this on and increase the potency and put auto casting on and give ourselves more mana. All right, almost done with that quest. Cool. That was finished. Next quest is maybe the final one. Felix the Fighter. Felix the Fighter. Are you the last one? No, Wendy the Wizard is the last one. All right. We get everything from here. I should probably... I don't know. I was going to say I could speed this up a little bit by just making everyone stronger. I guess one of the ways we can make someone stronger more easily is just by doing something like this. And that, and that, and yeah, that's probably pretty good. All right, so we've completed that quest. Here's the final quest. This takes quite a lot of items. Where do we get those from? Jungle for some of them. As we need a lot. I guess I should upgrade this and get item stacking. Are we even getting those cloaks? Yeah, we are. Okie dokie. Nice. Yeah. Taking quite a long time to kill them because I never got guild supplies. All right, now we just need 4 more of those potions. And there they are. All right, next is the frost malls, which we get from the mountain, frost flails. So we need 34 of those. How many do we get per win? We got 8, so it should be another like 4 battles. We got 4 that time. I know this is like the slowest thing ever. If you were actually playing the game here, you wouldn't need to like rush this or anything. You just eventually get another worker and it'd be fine. As soon as this gets completed, though, we should see the achievement, and we didn't. That is not good. That is definitely not good. All right, what did I mess up? Hire all adventurers. Did I type the wrong thing? Oh, no. No, complete final quest. Complete final quest. Do we generate them now forever? There's a fixed amount in story mode. And there... Actually, I think there's a fixed amount in both modes. Yeah, I think there's a fixed amount in both modes. Okay, this is not good. Has completed all quests. All quest data dot length. All quest data. Is that in here? Yeah. Oh, is this... No, I don't know what's going wrong. Because we presumably use this somewhere else, right? To tell you a message that you can't get any more of these? Did we hide it in the thing? We did, yeah. Maybe we're doing this in the wrong order. Oh, whoops, this is in equals equals. This is supposed to be... It's supposed to be down here. My bad. All right, wait. Maybe it's not too late. Can we load the game and not have completed that quest? No, we can't. All right. How do we get back there? Oh, I have an idea. It'll work. It's just going to be a little bit tedious. So we click grant most things. We get item stacking. We get as many workers as we can possibly get. And then we just start quests and click grant items. So there's one quest done. We just have to get lucky with which items are offered to us. And also, oops. Okay, that was probably not smart. And let's just add even more workers. And what are they doing? Why are they bringing these over here? Oh, they're antidotes. Oh, they're not the potions I need. Oh, no. This is never going to get completed, is it? I thought this would be faster. It has a random chance of dropping any instance's loot. I could have sworn it was dropping the right yellow potions there. Maybe it's still dropping antidotes. All right, we're going to need more customers. It's only giving me antidotes. Come on. Oh, wait, no, it finished. Okay, good. So now we're on to that one. Good, good. We just need 2 more of those. Good. All right, now for this one. This is going great. It's just those yellow potions that are tough to get. There we go. All right, next one. That one was very fast. This is the second to last quest. There we go. And now here's the final quest. When we complete this one, we will see the achievement pop up. It's the frost malls that are hard to get, the frost flails. We're at 25, 28. Come on, come on, come on. One more. One more. Where is it? There it is. Okay, where's the achievement now? It didn't pop up. This is not good. Yeah. I wonder why that didn't happen. It doesn't think I already have the achievement, right? Yeah. Not like this is definitely how I feel right now. 206 to the end. Complete every quest. Do I still have the achievement data open? Maybe I manifested it with the wrong ID or something? It's called... Oh, what is it called? Complete final quest. Yeah, that's correct. And it's manifested here correctly. And then the achievement system adds it correctly, right? Yeah. So this must not be true at this time? I find that hard to believe. But hey, maybe that's how it works. Quest completed. Quest completed. That's on the quest. That goes to here. Num quest done plus plus. And then we emit our own on quest completed. So at that point, oh wait, that doesn't need to be there. Completed all quests. Well, that's a simpler condition for that. Anything else? Yeah, I just don't. I don't see what went wrong here. Did it try granting it? No. All right, well, let's put a breakpoint here and let's just call this as soon as you complete any quest and see what's going wrong. This won't take nearly as long to test. Yeah. Notice using an exclamation mark after var like quest that implies it will have a value even though it can be null. Yes, exactly. So in those cases, it's because some other reason is why we know that this is the case. As an example in here, where is it? In here, we do tavern exclamation mark. The reason why is because in order for us to even hit this function, we know you had to have completed a quest, which means your tavern has to exist because the tavern is where you get quests. And the way we can even further prove this is here. We know that you built the tavern, so then we know that you had to have had the tavern. But the code can't tell that at that point. So we tell it, no, we know better. And when you don't know better, then you'll have a null pointer exception. All right, new game. We're going to get this. This is going to work. And thankfully, this is the easy one to test because we just add a bunch of blue potions. So as soon as we complete this, it should break in. Good. Now we go look at this and find out what in the world is going wrong here. Oh my God, I think I know what's going wrong. Let's just go through it anyway. All right, I have an idea though. But yeah, let's validate this. So here we get back that this exists but has not been achieved. We say granting the achievement, which should be complete final quest. And we get it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so here's what I think happened, but I'm not positive about this. I think our save file had it marked that we already had the achievement. How would that make any sense? Because, yeah, no, I don't know how that would have made any sense. Maybe, yeah, I don't know how this would have fixed it. Now I started adding checks for the null possibilities just to catch errors in case there's a trail where it does somehow end up null, even though I implied that it was going to be a value. Yeah, but what you're doing in those cases is probably something like if value is null, then throw some kind of exception. This is pretty much the same thing as if you just try doing value.some method. It's just going to throw an exception anyway. So I don't really see a value in that, but yeah, maybe you can handle it more gracefully than just throwing an exception. Maybe it's like log and then throw an exception. I appreciate the way Kotlin and Android handles the scroll view. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. I assume that thought has probably crossed your mind. Is there a reason why you don't check for null instead of enforcing it manually? So in this case, it shouldn't be possible, which is pretty much the reason you use the exclamation mark in that case. But if it ends up happening, then yeah, it'll just cause an error and it'll be something we have to fix. Like no matter what, it represents something the programmer has to fix. And it's just, what do you do for the user? And in this case, throwing an exception isn't going to be like notably different from them just not getting an achievement in this case. Yeah. All right. So I don't have a full explanation for why we didn't get this achievement when we completed all quests. Maybe this thing wasn't actually marked as true. That's the only thing I can think. And if that's the case, then we have a real problem here. Because I don't want to keep trying to test this out. Maybe, you know what we could do to make this easier then? Let's just change all quest data so that every single quest just takes one potion. Yeah. We'll just set this to 1. Required items. That'll make it very, very simple to test this. And yet it'll make it real in terms of the has completed all quests. So this is the final one. Yeah, let's go try that. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. In our case, the exception being thrown doesn't like crash anything. It just logs an exception. Wait. I already have the achievement right now, so it's not going to do this. So I need to clear this. And then restart, I think. I don't know if the restart's necessary. Let's do it anyway because it's very cheap. Okay, so new game. We got to go through all the quests, but all the quests only take a single item, so this should be very, very easy, very quick. We get the first quest. We get some potions. We can speed this up a bit because it's only the last quest that matters. All right, so it has completed all quests is... Oh, is that a function? Is that why? Am I a dummy? No, it's not a function. It's a Boolean. Okay. All right, well, let's take a look at this some more. So town.tavern.num quests completed. Num quest done. It's 1. And all... What is the other thing? All quest data.data.length is, what, 9 or something like that? Quest data does not exist in the current context. Yeah, I technically can't do that. But I can scope to it via the namespace, I believe. Game.source.quest 7. So we've done 1 out of 7 quests. Good. Now we are going to do the second quest. There. So again, just num quest done. 2. 2 out of 7. I'm validating this every step of the way. It's fine. We'll get there. Now that's 3 out of 7. Not going to check this every single time, even though I just said I would. But what I meant is I'm going to check the underlying assumptions. Once we get to 7 out of 7 is when it's going to get interesting. All right, so now we're 3 from the end. So this should be the 5th quest we've completed. Let's check that one. 5, good. And 6. And here is the interesting one. It should break in pretty soon. I'm pretty sure it should have broken in. Oh, I need to start the quest. Right. Now it'll break in. Okay. So this should be true. If this is not true, something is wrong. It is true. So it's going to go into here and it's going to just give me the achievement and everything's probably going to work. So why didn't it work the other time I tried this? Whoops. I didn't mean to click that. But now it's going to pop up on the screen. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know what was wrong with my code the time that I completed all the quests and it didn't do this. How you handle the case where even though you have enforced that it will not be null, it turns out null. What happens? It'll just throw an exception. And then the user won't get their achievement. And yeah, that's it. So the way for that to happen would require another code change. Like we'd have to violate some assumption somewhere. So this, for example, like let's say you could unbuild the tavern. You can't right now, but let's say we add that. You can destroy the tavern and put it somewhere else. Then yes, this could cause a problem because now you'll get to this on quest completed and now the tavern might have been destroyed, so we can't just assume it exists, in which case this is going to throw an error. And yeah, then we'll just see that there's an error and we'll fix it. And if we don't see there's an error, then people just no longer get this achievement. And in this particular case, that's a pretty low priority thing. Like people not getting an achievement in a game. It's not like, oh, their save data is deleted or something, or they can't progress beyond a boss. It's like, oh, a mostly cosmetic thing on Steam is not accessible. All right, get rid of all these things. There we go. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Looks good. All right, so add achievements for completing quests. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that's always kind of worth keeping in mind. It's all in the massive equation of prioritization. What's the impact of something? What's the cost of something? What's the likelihood of that thing happening? And maybe some other factors I'm forgetting. But it's like, let's say it's a low likelihood and like an incredibly low impact, which is what we're talking about in this case. It's like, is it really even worth spending any time? And also, what would it look like? What's the impact of changing it? So in this case, we have that achievement system. I could write something here like if town.tavern is null, then say something like g.push error. The tavern doesn't exist. I'd probably write something like this should never happen. But this is almost functionally identical to having an exception log because I don't just automatically pull errors off of a customer's machine. If we did have an error aggregator, like let's say a user hit a problem and we flagged it to the server and we're like, oh, hey, they're trying to get an achievement that doesn't exist, then I'd see it and then there would be a functional difference here. Although technically we could also do that for exception handling. We could just say anytime there's an exception, just send it to a server. In which case, again, it's kind of functionally identical. You're totally not banned. Mostly cosmetic. My entire self-worth is based around my Steam achievements. I think Xbox aggregates your gamer score based on achievements. Is that correct? Xbox gamer score? Numerical representation of a player's achievements. Yeah, does Steam have this equivalent? Steam equivalent of gamer score. They don't have some like single roll up of it, do they? Steam level? All right, so let's go to someone's Steam profile. Should probably do this off screen just in case. Their profile is private. What about this person's profile? Okay, so here's where this shows up on their profile. They say level 11. Does it say how many like experience points they have? Yeah, it does. Okay, yeah. So then that's essentially their gamer score. But this doesn't confer anything on Steam, right? Like you don't get Steam points you can, I don't know, buy things with or something. Ramey's like, I'm level 36. Look at me, look at me. It's just for creating badges or purchasing games. Yeah, but does the experience do anything? Can you redeem it for something? Because there's a lot of stuff on Steam that seems like it shouldn't do anything, and it turns out you can convert it to money. Like I've been getting items in games, and you can sell those for real money. Yeah, it's cosmetic. Okay, yeah. So then, yeah, I think this is low impact. If it could turn into money somehow, then I guess it'd be higher impact. But even then, I probably wouldn't care too much. You're limited to the amount of friends. Well, okay, yeah, but the whole limiting number of friends based on your level, presumably they also have data to find out that it's not actually limiting. Like if you're level 1 and you have 5 Steam friends, most people don't actually want 10 Steam friends at level 1. And then if you're level 50, most people probably don't want like 1 million Steam friends or something. So I'm guessing Valve did the research on that, and it's more to just stop some kind of like fraud or spam or something. It's initially capped at 250. Yeah. So 250 should not be a limit for someone just making a Steam account for the first time. In fact, even after all these years, across like every gaming platform, I probably have a total of 40 or 50 friends. It's not that many. And that's across every gaming platform. So like I've been playing the finals. Sometimes random people add me after a match. I never talk to them. We never communicate, but I add them anyway. Like now they're a friend. So I've probably got like 10 through the finals and like 10 through Steam. I have a showcase for my achievements that says 1980. I think that's the closest you can get. Oh yeah, I guess technically the gamer score doesn't tell you the number because you could have an achievement worth more experience than something else. What is your profile? What is this? Why is there a bunch of spam? Are these your friends? You have 11 pages of what's mostly just spam. And I'm very glad I did not show this on stream because holy cow. At least one of these ASCII pictures is not of something family friendly. But then it looks like you just talking to friends. So I guess some of these people are your friends. Oh, look at my profile. Look at my profile. Look at this very questionable content. Okay, so we only have 2 more achievements left to do. And I think this one's pretty easy. Except the only problem is we don't have an event for when the recycler eats something, the garbage slime. Is there an event for this? Opened perks? Yeah, that's all. So we need some event for like 8 an item, and then the achievement system listens for it. Alternatively, we could just make a specific event for when they eat a crop because of how rare it is. They're good for showing others that someone's playing the game via their activity feed. I think achievements are good. I think they're worthwhile to have. I'm just saying that if a game stops you from getting an achievement, that it's not like a priority 1 bug. You should still fix it. It's probably not going to like go past, crashes or freezes or something like that. Yeah. I know what you're talking about, Remy. I just didn't actually focus on it. Yeah. Okay, so somewhere here we have an eat item. Yeah, here. So what I want to do is I want to see if item.item category is equal to a crop. My crop is not a thing. Food. Okay, if it's food, then I want to emit an event here. Ate a crop. Yeah. And then in the achievement system, we want to listen for that. So we have our init up here. So this is bone mode only, this is story mode only, and these are achievements for any mode. So town.built recycler. Oh no, there's no built garbage slime. No. Why? Ah, man, really? Why did I do that? I guess we just never needed it. Oh no, there it is. It's called unlocked because I guess you're not building them. Okay, well, fine. So unlocked recycler plus equal town.recycler dot ate a crop. I'm not going to make a special thing for that. And this is something about eating a crop. Eat. What is this? What do I call this? Feed garbage slime a crop. There. Okay, let's go test that one out. So this one's a little bit hard to do. But it was made easier by a new spell that we added. So I will show how you do this. Now you'll all know how to get this achievement. So you need to have the chef slime. You need to have the enchanter. And you need to have... Well, okay, so there are a couple ways you can do this. Here's the easier way. But it's definitely less straightforward. So you have a bunch of crops ready for harvest. And then when your rogue goes and picks up a crop, before they can get into a battle, you send them, or before they can bring it to the slime, you send them into battle. And now they're going to go to the portal with the carrot. They drop the carrot, you feed it to the slime, you get an achievement. What the heck is this? Feed the garbage slime a crop. So that's method number 1. Method number 2 is you fully upgrade the town hall. Or no, wait, only upgrade it once, I think? Maybe you only need to once. Yeah, you upgrade it once. So now the enchanter lets you get instant loot. And now when you cast loot magnet, a crop goes into your warehouse, which you can then feed to the slime. And that's it. Those are the 2 ways you can do that. And yeah, you get an achievement. It's just one of those like dumb fun achievements. Like, yeah, why would you do that? You don't need to do that. And the quick move menu is eventually going to stop you from doing that. So you'd have to drag it specifically to the slime to get 1 gold, which is not worth it. Yeah, I like this kind of achievement. Add achievement for recycling a crop. Yeah. And then our final achievement is clicking 25 apples. And I said this should probably be a stat. And I've never done this before, so we got to figure this out. It's like fishing for compliments? What? I think you mean fishing with an F. And even then, I'm not sure I understand. Should probably be backed by a stat, yeah. Does that only apply in story mode? No. In challenge mode, you can also do it. I think there are several routes in bone mode to get crops in the warehouse. Are there? Because if so, I don't remember. I thought it was only instant loot that did it. I don't think there's anything else that produces crops. I'm trying to think about this. No, yeah, I don't think there anything is. Completing tasks just to see the text. Good job. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that'd be fishing with an F. Fishing with a PH is like, someone shows up in your email trying to get data from you or information from you. And you could fish for compliments, but it'd be something like me hijacking someone's email to email someone else and be like, "Hey, do you think I did a good job on this thing?" And they're like, "Yeah, you did, Bob." And I'm like, "Well, I know my name's not Bob, but I will take the good job anyway." All right, so how do we modify a stat? Like I said, I've never done this. I've never made a stat. We probably need to go manifest one. So like manifest a stat on Steam and then make an achievement connected to that stat. I think this should be probably pretty straightforward. Let me go look at stats. Let's see. I'll make a new stat. So you need to specify, how does this work? There's an ID, but I can't type it in. Integer API name. We're going to call this like num apples clicked. Set by client, increment only. Max change. By that, I don't know what we're doing anymore. I gotta go look this up. Steamworks, stats, and achievements. Max change might be like how many can you change at a time. If set, this limit sets a limit on the amount that the stats value can change from one set stat call to the next. I don't really think we need to set that because I don't care if people cheat about this anyway. Min value is 0. Max value is not set. So it'll be int max. Default value is 0. If set, default will be set for a new user. If not set at 0, okay, that's fine. Aggregated, what does that do? Steam will keep a global total for this stat. See global stats for more information. What does that mean? Stats can be marked as aggregated on the admin page to keep it. Oh, I see. Get data, total money in the economy, total kills, favorite weapons, favorite maps. Yeah, okay. So we don't want to set that. And then what else do we have? Display name. The name of the stat when displayed in your app. What? Who sees this? Huh. Hey, Blork. Hey, Scorbudio. Scorbudico, excuse me. Who sees the display name? It says in your app. But like, why? I'll give it a name, but I don't know if it matters. Okay, so in the end, here's what I'm setting. Type is int. API, because I got to set this for the other thing too. Oh, which means I should probably manifest it inside of achievements. Where's the README for that? So this is achievement data, and this is stat data. This I'm going to manifest like this. I'll just say apples clicked. Type int API name this. Increment only. Max change NA. Min value. These are all capitalized technically. Min value 0. Max value NA. Window. What is window? Size of, oh, I don't need that. Default value 0. Aggregated. Display name. Well, display name we already have here. Okay. So now I save that. Now we got to publish this, but now I go into achievements. Can I do this without even adding any code myself, I wonder? Click apples, edit. Progress stat, num apples clicked, min value. All right, this we got to go learn about now. So in achievements, we can back them by stats. Where do we do that? Maybe I'll just search for min value. They don't talk about that on here. Maybe it's on the stats page then. Stats. Achievement. What am I doing? I'm on the stats guide, right? And yeah. There's a way to make it so that when you hit a certain amount, you get an achievement, I think, right? They talk about that here. Encapsulating stats, integrating. Introduction. I'm gonna just try setting this to 25 and see what happens. I don't know what I would set the max value to though. I'm gonna set that to 0. Yeah, let me just save this and publish this and then just see what happens. I'm not confident in this. And if it doesn't work, then the very first thing we should look at is how are you supposed to use stats? All right, so that's set up. Now what I need to do is increment this through code. So how do you control stats? Steam. Where's the library? Godot. Okay, here. So now we got to find their documentation. They should have something on stats in here. Oh, shouldn't you be able to scroll this? It's stopped at networking, but I know there's more stuff in there. Ah, there we go. Stats should be in there somewhere, right? Game server stats, user stats. Is it considered a user stat? Functions for, yeah, this is it. Okay, so I want a set stat or an increment stat or something. Set stat int. Statistic you want to set the value for. Can I increment it? Is that a thing? I could just get what it currently is and set it to what's higher than that. All right, let's try that. So every time you click in apples, how about this? Let's just make it in unhandled input. Whenever I press page up, we're going to have it act like I clicked an apple here. So now we go to Steam stats, get stat int, get number of apples clicked. And is that an out int? No, it just returns an int. Int num clicked equals this. And then set to +1. And maybe print out what it currently is. Num apples clicked. There. Okay, let's test that. And I think it should just grant me the achievement. Yeah. Let's try it. So I gotta click 25 apples. Oh, it's only ever printing 1, which means it's not working. Do I need to call store stats or something? I probably do. Sets change stats. Oh, you're not supposed to call this that frequently. So I do need to keep track of this in the game itself. I can sense a race condition here. Well, yeah. Yeah. Even if people did like rapidly click and there was a problem with that, I don't think I'd really even care. But yeah, we have a bigger problem. So then Skeleseller needs to track it. And I guess at the end of a save file or something, we can call store stats. Yeah. Man. We could rely on just Steam for this. Well, we could do a couple things. So option 1 is track this stat in our game. Option 2 is store the stat only on Steam, but then track it in memory for the game. I think this should work. Let me think about this. Because I don't want to save this to a save file. It's supposed to persist across save files anyway. So we just need to make sure that we save it occasionally. All right, let's write this down. Let's just try it out and see what happens. I'll just make a new thing here really quickly. Private int num apples clicked equals, well, it doesn't need an equals. All right, now we go down to this. So num clicked, we don't need to get. Well, we would at the beginning of the application. So we set this in maybe like ready. And then when you click, we increment it. Let's add 5 every time, actually. I don't want to. Oh, it's got to be exactly equal to 25. And it will probably store this on Steam, which will probably grant me the achievement. And it'll do it as soon as I exit. So I should press page up another time. No, I've only pressed it 10 times. Okay, so then if we quit the app now, like if I just hit stop on here, I think Steam will now know that I've clicked 10 of these, but I wonder if you can fetch that. Is there like a get stat? If I type stat, what happens? Stats dump? Let me look this off screen really fast. That is not the stats that I want. Stats, KV stats. Get stat. How do you do this in the console? Steam console get stat value. Huh. They talk about it in here. There's achievement clear and reset all stats. How do you get the stats? You can't get them? What? I don't, maybe you can't get it. Huh. All right. Well, I guess we'll just use the API to get it then. That's fine. Yeah, I'll just put this code in ready. You have clicked according to Steam. Hey, PJ. Do you use stenography keyboard or regular QWERTY? Neither, technically. I'm using a regular keyboard in that each key is a letter, but it's a Colmac layout. So if I type what you would type as QWERTY, it's quift. It's hard to pronounce. Yeah, instead of like UI op over here, it's G Louis. All right, so this tells you how many apples you've clicked. Are you considering switching keyboards? Because I was gonna say, getting a steno keyboard, I don't think that's like way beyond the pale for normal people. Way beyond the pale, excuse me. I am so focused on this right now. So set stat int. We would not do this here. We do this at the end of the application, or every once in a while we'd set this. Or like when we autosave maybe. Yeah, something needs to have this set back to what it is. And then yeah, num apples click, just print that out. So this needs to happen. This would only happen every so often. Maybe on autosave or something, or going to the title screen. Wouldn't I just manually grant the achievement myself then? Huh. Maybe. Why not do it there? I thought they had that save, flush, etc. function. Because they also say not to do it too frequently. They say this can be rate limited. Call frequency should be on the order of minutes rather than seconds. You should only be calling this during major state changes. So you can click like 3 apples really fast. So I don't want to call store stats from here. I'm not even certain I want Steam to automatically grant me this achievement. But oh, I guess this can be called anytime. It's just save stats that needs to be called, which should happen at the end of the application. All right, let's try calling save stats here anyway. Save, what's it called? Store stats? Store stats. Let's try that. That set stats int is calling. No, it wasn't. I wasn't calling it at all. What I wanted to do. Sorry, I wrote the to do on the wrong thing. I've bungled the whole thing. So yeah, I'll just try this again and we'll see what happens. So I think it should have gotten. No, it didn't get anything because strange. There's a number of apples clicks 5, 10. Now if I quit and come back in, it should know that I have 5 or 10 of them clicked. Does it? And it thinks it's 0. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. How long did it take to get fluent in Colmac? Probably like 2 years. I feel like so much of like my typing speed wasn't slow for 2 years, but to get to the point I was at with QWERTY is just you just type all the words that you normally encounter enough times where you feel like, okay, I've got it now. But there are still some patterns I'm encountering that are different. And I mentioned this the other day, but like Phoenix, I don't think you find like OEN in English all that often, or maybe ever. Oops, I want to go to the regex dictionary. I think I looked this up before, but like that's a trigram that just doesn't show up all that often. So OEN. Yeah, it shows up in 47 words, and you probably type almost none of these. Subpoena might be more common. Toenail. Those are the most common. Phoenix too. Yeah, the other ones, yeah, you're not typing those. By the way, please don't segment your messages. Can you still use QWERTY? Yeah, I can still use QWERTY. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll do this. I'll modify the chat panels to include that because I think people are like blindsided by the rule. Write a chat rules section in on my Twitch channel. What? Yeah, so anyway, that was my theory. I didn't really explicitly say this, but I think a lot of the typing that you do is finding patterns in what you type. So when you type something like internationalization, you may not have typed this word before, but you've probably typed nation or something similar. You probably typed inter before. You probably typed ization before, or at least TION is pretty common in English. So you piece all these together and it's pretty reasonable to type it out. But then you type a word like Phoenix and you're like, oh man, I don't type those 3 letters like that. Or I don't know, there are other ones that are just kind of unusual, or usernames sometimes. And it takes a lot of that before you've drilled it in, and then you feel like, okay, now I'm not thinking about it anymore. And then not thinking about it is pretty important for being able to type quickly. Because I think if you are, like, let's say you don't know where all the keys are, that's like the definition of having to think of where the keys are to be able to type something. That's probably the slowest you're ever going to be. And the fastest you're ever going to be is once you are only typing like words you've seen a million times before. The, go, am, I, like these are the sorts of things where you can almost certainly type these without even looking at the keyboard now, just based on how many times you type them. And you string enough of the common words together and you probably like mash those out super fast. Then you do a typing test and you're like, oh wow, I'm really slow. And there's just words you're not used to typing like that. So I don't remember if I restarted this. I didn't expect this particular achievement to be too crazy, but I think it is going to be a little bit annoying to do. So if I press this, 5 times? I want Steam to grant me the achievement. And I don't think it's going to. I don't think it even knows about storing the stats, though. What if I do that? It wouldn't have stored stats even there, though. Or I'm misunderstanding what this thing is on the achievements page. That's entirely possible. Oh, it doesn't have... Oh, this is the wrong page. Playtest? Did I not publish? Maybe I didn't publish. Oh my god, if I forgot to publish. Oh my god, I forgot to publish. Okay, well, whoops, that was the dumbest mistake. Oh no. I thought I did this. I apparently did not. Or at least this said I had unpublished changes. So now what? Now it's going to actually know if I quit here. It's probably going to just give me the achievement maybe. Let's take a look. How many apples does it think I had? 0. Okay, so I'm going to do this. We're going to quit. And we're going to reload. And it should think that I have 5 apples. This is on Steam yet? Yeah, it's on Steam. Yeah. If you mean, is it like for sale on Steam? No, but the demo's been out for almost a year now. Are used to visually show progress inside Steam. They're not for unlocking an achievement. Yeah, the documentation is weird and the UI is weird. It feels like I should be able to do this, but I don't even think I'm saving this correctly. And I'm not sure. I can't show the UI on screen, unfortunately, but there's a field in here that says progress stat, and then I can set its min value and a max. And I don't know why that's even there. What does that do? Stat connected to achievement. Enabling automatic unlocking of achievements when the max stat value is reached. What's the minimum then? Where is this written? Max. Well, that apparently didn't come from here. Where do I find where this is referencing? Why is view all not working? Oh, you just hover over the top of this, I guess? Steam achievements. Tutorial, stat value. Huh. Yeah, sure, PJ. I think that'd be good. Yeah. And thanks. I mean, this makes it sound like this is possible, but I don't know where it's pulling this information from. Maybe I'll just search for this on Google. I don't really trust Bing anymore for anything. Easy way to provide persistent roaming achievements and statistics tracking. You specify an unlock value for an achievement on Steam when it reaches a certain value. You're looking at this, right? You define the achievements first, then have code in your game to check if the conditions met. This is causing confusion, specifically progress stat. There's a progress bar in the community. The achievement will also automatically unlock when the stat reaches the unlock value. I just want to find the documentation on this. Yeah, here it is. Specifies a stat that's used as a progress bar. The achievement will also automatically unlock when the stat reaches the unlock value. What is unlock value? Apparently it's max. I said this is 0. What's weird though is even the stat doesn't seem like it's working. Num apples clicked. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And it apparently shows in the UI. I think I've seen these progress bars before, but I haven't really paid very close attention. So I've just published this to Steam again. So now in my game, if I go to the achievements page, I should see a progress bar on the apples thing now. Yeah, this should have a progress bar. I might need to do something here to get that to show up. Maybe I stop the game first. I don't see one, but I also don't have any progress, and maybe that's why it doesn't show, because when it's at 0, maybe it doesn't do anything. It doesn't look like it's saving this stat, though, either. Quite common for achievements to not pop because of momentary lapses in connection. Well, the thing okay, so I'm trying to break this down into, can I even store the stat? And I'm doing something wrong here. It says you've clicked 0 apples. So now I set it to 5, and it should have automatically saved this on Steam. But I don't know how to check this stat other than just fetching it. And when I try to do that, okay, you know what I should do? I should reset all of my achievements because I know for sure how to get them to save. Okay, there. So now I'm going to quit out of this. I have no stats. This is all fine. And now I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to press page up, which is going to give me 5 apples. And then I'm going to click this, which is going to give me 3 achievements. Yep. And I'm going to quit and re-enter. So because I got these achievements, we know for sure that it called save stats or store stats. So now I should have that stat set to 5 when I load this again. But it still says 0. Yeah, I'm doing something wrong. Num apples clicked. Yeah, there's no like confusion here. I feel like I'm just, unless this is not the API name, but it has to be, I think. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm using this, right? Yeah, I'm using this. And I'm setting it to this number, which should be 5 at that point. Huh. And I published everything. Okay, there's one questionable thing here. There's an increment only, which I set to true, but I'm trying to increase it by 5 at a time. And maybe by increment, they don't just mean go up, but they mean go up by 1 exactly. Well, oh no, they do mean just monotonically increase. All right, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Well, it's possible that they wrote the wrong thing and that I should just make this go by 1 at a time. I mean, we can do that. It's the easiest possible change. So let's do that. And so I'm going to set it to 1 or 2, and we just shouldn't see it be 0 again. Ready is changing that, right? Yeah, so 1, 2, sure. Now we quit, come back in. Oh, yeah. Wow, that's funny. So increment literally does mean go up by 1. That's not what their documentation says. Is that the... That's not the English definition of increment, is it? No, it is not. It's just cause it to increase. I know that the programming definition is typically increased by 1, but I think even in C++, where you have the plus equal operator, I think this is called the increment operator. I want to find the explicit name of this, just to find out if I'm crazy. Often called plus equal and minus equal instead of assignment by addition. No, okay, fine. They don't call it increment. They probably call plus plus increment, though. Prefix increment, postfix increment, yeah. All right. Well, then I guess we turn that off. That is not what I'd expect. Increment only X. This is specifically for going up by 1 at a time, apparently. Or something else is going wrong that whole time, and I'm just coincidentally hitting a different issue. So let me turn this off and hit save and publish. Publish, done, Steamworks. I want to now see it grant me the achievement. So now I can have this go by 5 at a time. Except for it'll think that I have 2 already. I wonder if it resets the stat. No, you know what I should do? It's still publishing for some reason. I haven't seen it take this long before. Maintenance day was yesterday, so it's not like it shouldn't be offline. still publishing. I wonder if it got stuck on something. Nope, wait, there it goes. Change their live. Okay, so I do this 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. Done. Quit out of that. Go back into here. And now if I press page up 4 more times, I think it should give me the achievement for getting apples. If so, I guess I understand how this works. And then I just need to figure out whether I want to do this. So there's 10, 15, 20. Yeah. Click 25 apples. So what happens if I'd clicked like 26? So let's have this go up by 26 at a time. And now reset all my achievements. And now restart. Okay, so how many does Steam think I clicked? It might actually still be 25. No, it's 0. Okay, so I do this. Yeah, and we got the thing. Okay, interesting. So we don't even need to trigger getting the achievement ourselves, which I think is nice. So then the only thing I need to do is keep track of how I increment apples in the game itself. I wonder if I should write something down here. Achievements on Steam. Achievements can be automatically granted by a stat. Where is that? See, what's it called? Progress value? Progress something? Progress stat. See progress stat on this page. The max value of the stat in the achievement is actually the minimum value needed to get the achievement. Click 25 apples. I would set the minimum to 0 and the maximum to 25. And then clicking 30 apples would still, like all at once, would still grant the achievement. Do not set increment only unless you're only ever incrementing by 1. Does that work without internet? Might have the same issue as when you do it yourself. It should work without internet in that Steam tracks the stats offline, and then the next time you're online, you should get the achievement. So yeah, I think everything should be good. I haven't tested that myself because I can't do that while streaming because I need to, pull out the internet cable. And I don't want to do that while streaming, but I do plan on testing that. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So like I said, the only thing we need to do now is figure out where we're calling store stats because the rest of this is pretty straightforward. Oh, and also connect this to when you actually click an apple. Where do you click apples? Apple, harvestable apple. What script does this have? Script doesn't have a script. What? Oh, that means a tree probably has a harvestable. Yeah. And this has probably just a modified money call in here. Yep, here it is. So this is that you clicked something, but we don't know it's an apple. We just know that you clicked a mushroom or an apple, I think. So that means we need to know whether this is an apple or not. Because you want a non-progress related achievement, just pass or fail, so you had to manipulate it. I mean, this is progress related, and we should actually see the progress right there in the, yeah, here. So there's a little progress bar there. If I reset everything, I think it'll go back to, yeah, so here, it says 0 out of 25. So if I were to start the game again and press page up, I think that should just immediately fill into 5. So new game, go over to this. All right, so there's a progress bar. And then in the game, I'm going to press page up, which is going to act like I clicked 5 apples. Oh, no, it's going to act like I clicked 26. My bad. Hang on, let me do that again. I forgot I had that set to 26. Set this back to 5. And then got to go reset this again. Yeah, I forgot I was testing that. And then go restart this again. What was that console you reset the stats with? That's the Steam console. You can just launch Steam with dash console and it'll give you this tab here. And then you can run Steam commands right there in Steam. All right, so now we look at our progress bar. Where do we find that? There it is. Okay, and I'm going to press page up once. It should go to 5 out of 25. It might not update immediately. Because I think, yeah, it says num apples clicked. It might be only when I close the game, maybe. Still hasn't updated. Hey, Alta 4. Hey, Lopsided Pixel. And Fun's a lot. Welcome, everyone. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it went to 5 out of 25. Yeah, welcome, everyone. We're working on achievements here. I have finished all of them except for one. And the last one is something that's a little bit different. For those of you who played Steam games before, this UI probably doesn't look too unfamiliar to you. But there are two kinds of achievements. There are ones that you can just trigger sort of Boolean or not. Like, did you get this one? Yes or no? And then there are progress-based achievements. These are connected to stats in the Steam backend. So I want one for click 25 apples. So I have a little progress bar here. And we just need to do the finishing touches on this. Unfortunately, it's also kind of close to lunchtime. So I'm debating on whether to even do this now or to just end the stream. I should probably just do it now, or at least try to. Hey, 715209. Yeah, I hope the stream went well, Alta 4. Thanks for the raid. For those who have not seen Alta 4, do check him out. He typically does DevOps on stream. So yeah, we have 23 achievements and 22 have been coded, and this is the last one. I have only one game with all achievements fulfilled, Fallout 2. I wonder how many I've done 100% of the achievements for, because I don't tend to aim for that ever. And usually, I'd say most games have different categories of achievements. They're the ones that you just naturally get by playing, like beat the game or something. Then there are the ones that are like fun achievements, which is something like, you know, ride a pig off a cliff. And then there are the hard achievements, which might be something like 100% the game, or yeah, I don't know, like beat a boss on very hard. These I of course get, everyone pretty much gets if they're gonna naturally play the game anyway. The fun ones I sometimes try to do, and the hard ones, depending on how hard they are, I might try to do. But like some of them are just kind of brutal. It might be like beat the game without taking damage or something, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty punishing. I might try that once, but I'm not gonna try that a lot of times. Yeah. So right now in Skeleseller, we mostly have the first category, and we have 2 of these, and I don't think we have any of these right now. Well, maybe one. Missing that speedrunning grind mentality. Yeah, like beat things under a certain amount of time. I want to add a couple more achievements later. Still need to try and hit level 16 WoW hardcore. Man, it is the most boring thing in the world. I got to 56 or 57 and I'm like, I'm done. I'm not going to continue for the remaining however many hours it is to get to 60. It's just so boring. And I like WoW. I just couldn't handle hardcore WoW. It's just like play every battle super safely. Don't take any risks. Heal to full. You died at 56? Yeah. I was still going. I was like, I'm just canceling my subscription. I did not play safely at all. Okay, well that probably makes it more fun. Hey, C17R. So we need a way of differentiating a mushroom from an apple. Very easy to do in real life, not as easy to do in the game. We have a harvestable apple, and this inherits from the parent, but they all have the same script, and they don't know what their type is. We could have a harvestable apple and tell it what type it is. We could alternatively just pass it in as an exported variable. Yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable. Let's just put a Boolean export. I pay for the level boost. No shame in it. Time equals money in that game. Yeah, also, it depends on what you find fun. Like, I tend to only like the leveling part. So I like doing that. Once I get to the end game, I'm like, yeah, it's either PvP or it's raid. I don't want to do either one. So yeah, I mostly just play level up. All right, this is going to go into a harvestable scene. Spawn with random offset. So we're going to say is apple. Okay, now we go build this. Oh, by the way, check this out. Look at the today command. I got some new emotes. Look at all those emotes. They're all animated too. And now in harvestable apple, we just set is apple to true. Done. Okay, so now we know whether something's an apple. We have modify money over here. We need something to keep track of how many apples you've clicked. So I'm going to do this in kind of a hacky way at first. We're just going to make this public for now. I'm going to eventually move where this is because I still need to figure out how the rest of the pieces of this are going to go together. And then just if is apple, then town dot apples clicked plus plus. And then apples clicked. All right, so don't do this anymore. Now store that stat. And then every once in a while, we're going to have to save this. That's the part I don't exactly know how I want to do. It happens anytime we check for an achievement. I wonder if Steam calls it on its own. Yeah, like what if we just didn't do anything there? What would happen? Let's delete all this code. And let's go reset all my stats. And let's just test out what happens if we naturally click apples. We should lower the respawn time, though, because the respawn time is pretty high, I think. Where is the respawn time? Max spawn time, min spawn time. Okay, just let's copy these and change it to like 4 to 6 seconds, so I don't have to wait forever. Carpet slime, my beloved. Hasten the star. All right, new game. So we got to click 25 apples. 1, 2, 3. I think we can speed this up a bit. 4, 5, 6. Probably should have made it 25, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21. Okay, so at this point, we're at 124 gold. The next apple I click, something's going to happen. And I don't know if it's going to give me the achievement or not. So yeah, so I'm not calling store stats. So Steam doesn't know to do that. But I think if I exit the game right now, it will do it. So right now it says I have no achievements. I'm going to go quit the game. And now I think it'll grant us this. Yeah, it did. So that's not great. I'd love to do this when you hit 25. And thankfully, we know that that's when the achievement should be given to you. So we could just write some specific code for that. So if town.numapples clicked equals 25, then Godot Steam store stats. That would do it. Then the stats on Steam is useless. It's not useless. It's so what's happening here is there are two functions that we call. There's set stat int. This happens immediately and can be called whenever you want, but it just stores it on Steam's local version. And then when you quit the game, it should upload and then grant any achievements. Then we have this function, store stats. Whoops. We have store stats. The way store stats works is it makes Steam tell the server. And if you got an achievement, it'll pop up immediately. So this is what we want to do here. We want to set this, and then only when we know it should give you an achievement do we call store stats on it. And that should be fine. So now if I go test this out again, which, like I said, unfortunately, how about this? How about we make it so that the minimum spawn time is actually 0 and the maximum spawn time is 1, so we can just keep clicking the same location. Because changing the number from 25 is actually pretty difficult to do. Well, oh no, we don't have to do that, right? We could just add 5 every time. Yeah, we could just say plus equal 5. All right, and I'll just write to do change back to 1. So now we only have to click 5 apples instead of 25. And I just need to reset my stats. And then as soon as we do click the 25th, which is actually the 5th, it will give us the achievement immediately. Or should. Okay, so I click new game. So let's say I just went and clicked one of these. That's considered 5 apples. Now I quit the game. And now when I re-enter, Steam should detect that I already had 5. It should have already updated my progress too. So we should see that in here somewhere. Yeah, so it says 5 out of 25. So now when I start a new game, it does not think I'm at 0. It thinks I'm at 5. So now I only have to click 4 more. So 1, 2, 3. Nice. Yeah, cool. So that's it. So this is pretty much what we're going to do. And the only question is, where should we store this? Probably not inside of town. I don't really think that's helpful. So I'll probably make a new node or an Apple tracker or something, but that I'll probably do after lunch. I need to get food. So I'll write where I left off, figured out the full flow for this, but I left some to-do items. I'll just write the other to-do item in here. Num apples clicked. To do, move this somewhere else. And that's it, right? Yeah, there's hardly any code modified here. Have a good launch. Well, so I want to leave everyone with some information for now. I will be back in about an hour. We're going to finish this achievement up, but then that's it for achievements for a while. I think we're going to move to translation stuff for the afternoon. Hideo's been working on French translations for Skeleseller, and he's made a lot of progress here. So it's 50% done. And there are a lot of changes I need to make now to be able to support really every language, not just French. Hey, filler. So I'm going to do that work, I think, today. And then if there's any extra time, this is super cool. Let me see if I can show you this. We got all the graphics for the end credits or the end cutscene. So here are all of our adventurers and then a goblin. But now this one, am I blocking this on the camera? Not really. This one is going to be the adventurer who comes into your town who's poisoned and they want an antidote. So you give them the antidote and they drink it and they're cured. And then you eventually get mad at them for just assuming that you'd have an antidote for them. Here's your little angry skeleton. So yeah, I think it's going to be really funny. I hope it works. I mean, we need to test it in the game and see if it looks good and it's communicated well. That wasn't intentional, but I stand by it. Yeah, I'm going to launch the food into my face. So yeah, that's the plan for today. I hope you've all enjoyed watching so far. If you'd like to join Discord, there's a link. If you'd like to check out the game on Steam, there's a demo that I uploaded like a week ago. Or updated, I should say. And that's it for me for now. So bye, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.